Concerning hobbies. There's always been a Baggins living here under the hill in Baggin.
There always will be.
Oh no.
Welcome to Rivendell, Frodo Baggins.
Whom do you serve?
Oh God, that countdown. What is happening? What happens when it's 0? Oh shit. It's time. What's up, y'all? Alright. We got a big day ahead of us. I want to go pretty quick through this shit. I know tournaments like this, it's just 8-man. It's not going to take like 9 hours. But the first round, well, I'll go over the rules in just a second. But we got a ton of great competitors. I'm glad you guys are showing up. I know the ESFL is still going right now. PFL is still going right now. But you guys are here right away, right for the start of this shit. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you have to leave at some point and you don't catch the end of the tournament, I will be uploading the VOD to YouTube. So that'll be available, you know, whenever I get my lazy ass around to doing it. Got some friends here today. We're going to be bringing people into the chat, watching fights, having a good time. But let's get into the rules. So 3 rounds. First round, best of 3. Second round, best of 3. Third round, best of 5. 5 rounds each fight. The weights, I have a little spinning wheel we're going to be using all day. I'll show you that right here. Give that a practice spin. Oh, I didn't even know there's a sound effect. Alright, that was the practice spin. Right before we get our first set going, we'll do another spin. Just waiting for that stream to go up. And then what else we got? Oh, third place match. So the losers of the semifinals will fight each other for third place. Everybody who made it here today is getting $25. Third place will get $50. Second place, $100. And the champion, $150 on top of that $25. Also, any donations we get today, we're putting it towards the main prize pool. So if you guys are having fun watching the fights If you're enjoying what's going on and you want to throw in a little extra cash, raise the stakes a little bit. There should be a donate button below. If that's not working, send me a DM on Discord. We'll figure it out. What else we got going on here? So I'm just waiting for that first fight to get ready. But if they are having issues, we'll skip to the second fight. The little preview of the bracket. Let me bring in my good friend Kingsley here. I hope he's ready to go. We'll talk about the fights while we wait to see what's going on with this stream link here. Hello, Kingsley.
Hey, what's up, Luber? Killer Cup 2023, baby!
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so glad you're available, not working today. I really wanted you to be the first one I brought in here to hang out and watch these fights, so I'm glad to have you, man.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't miss it for the world. And I did have work today. I just made it in time for the start of this, so I'm super excited. It's going to be my first time trying to commentate some actual UFC 5 content, so I'm excited to see how people are going to get down, especially with 500 smackaroos on the line. I'm super excited. I mean, you saw all the names on the list. I mean, geez, Luber, what'd you do to get all these people here, man?
I paid them. Yeah, $500. Yeah, man.
Collusion.
It's also, you know, at the highest level, the way these guys play against each other, they all know each other, right? But I think with the money on the line, these tournaments, I was super excited to do a creator tournament. Like, that tradition has been so great for the community. Yeah, I'm excited to see these guys go at it with something on the line, right? I hope it's sweaty. I hope they're trying as hard as they can in every circumstance to get the win.
Oh, dude, yeah, like the fact that it's a best out of 3 from the jump. So whatever you do, you can't say it's a fluke that you like move on or if you lost. Like when it's done, it's done. And then the fact that you have a spinning wheel that has sound effects to create more tension for the viewers and for the competitors, like they're not even gonna know which official. I hope one of the first fights gets like a women's strawweight, a women's flyweight, and a women's bantamweight, just so I can see everyone just piss off. I'm so excited to see what kind of chaos this whole Killer Cup is gonna do.
All right. Well, I did just the competitive weights. We'll bring up the wheel here. This is for the first fight. So, Blake, if you're watching, Dino, if you're watching, here comes the first spin. This will be the weight class for each of the first 3 fights.
Come on, bantamweight.
Yo, we got featherweight first up.
So close.
So let's see if those guys are ready. It looks like they are already on featherweight. I think. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow, great timing. All right, so we'll go to the first fight. BlakeTylerr versus Dino. You had a chance to look at the bracket, right, Kingsley? Did you see anybody that you're picking to win it all? Maybe BlakeTylerr, the number 1 seed?
Oh, goodness. You know what? I would say BlakeTylerr, but I see a little certain name in a little bit of a corner right there. I think it's the number 2 seed, Zyaf. I like from seeing him from the ESFL and just see him rise up and just be a part of the community and working his way towards bigger and better things. I feel like you can't count him out. So that's going to be my choice right there. But I'm excited to see how it all plays out, how the Cosmos are going to tell me that I'm stupid, I'm wrong, and then someone else I didn't expect is going to take it. Like an ape seed. We'll find out.
No, I don't think anyone will call you stupid for picking Zyaf to win this here. I actually, shout out to Zyaf. I hit him up. I'm like, hey, man, I want to do a tournament. Can you hit some people up, invite them? And then I also told him, like, you're in it too. I didn't think about the fact that maybe that was not a good way to get good players. He could have picked all crappy players and won it easy, but instead he found some of the best players in the game, and that's the tournament we got. So fight number 1, Dino versus BlakeTylerr. Do you remember Dino, Kingsley? You ever call any of his fights?
I think I did. Maybe it was during a little bit of like the affiliate leagues a little bit. And what I've seen is that it's all about like Dynamo. He has dynamite in his hands and maybe a dynamic fighter. I mean, UFC 5, the way it's all set up, like there's some things that came from UFC 4 that's implemented, but there's going to be a little bit more strategy when it comes to UFC 5. So I'm interested to see what has he done in the lab. What is he going to do against a highly touted BlakeTylerr in this contest? And just so we are in the same page, what link is that so I can see the fight?
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Yeah. It's in the Discord itself. Let me actually see. I'll do the video share trick here so you can watch on time with me.
Although I think it's a great fight. I think both of these guys are going to slobber knocking it around. I see a McGregor mirror match. Oh my God, you saw that kick? That's kind of insane. Oh my God. Just instantly, BlakeTylerr.
All right,
like, what can you say
my,
about BlakeTylerr?
My feed there?
Let me see. You know, we're doing it live because it's amazing, and you know, I am so appreciative.
Dude, yeah, this is my tournament. I can be as lazy as I want. So,
hell yeah,
actually,
and
Blake,
already it's
yeah.
over. I just got in, and I saw the end of the fight. BlakeTylerr getting the dub right there, Luber.
Yeah, man, the ground and pound so deadly in this. We see a lot of times that the fight does end in the first round. It's a ground and pound sequence that gets the job done. So BlakeTylerr wins the first fight. Now we're going to stay at featherweight for the whole set here. So they're going to run it back. We'll see if the fighter picks change. We'll see what they're doing there. But yeah, 1-0 for Blake.
Yeah, and look at the stats. Significant strikes were 20-6, total strikes 35-14. BlakeTylerr had his bag with Conor McGregor. I mean, the straights, we already know about the left straight being so crazy. And the kicks that he was able to do, that's going to be something that Dino needs to like fully figure out. I'm wondering if he's going to fully switch to another character, but it seems like he wants to stay at a mirror match, which is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, man, this is the Killer Cup. These guys are taking strikers. They're taking heavy strikers. They're going for knockouts. I mean, when we made this tournament right away, that's what stood out is everybody who's in it has like dynamic knockout potential. They're able to enter the matrix and land strikes that nobody else can. It's gonna be a lot of knockouts, Kingsley.
Who will be Mr. Anderson and who will be Neo the Chosen? We'll have to find out, especially with this contest. Now, here's the thing. BlakeTylerr, he was able to use the counter punching, right? He was able to use the whiffs from Dino to land those head kicks, but it seems like Dino, he wants to be more of the aggressor, and he's landing some very nice punches right there.
Yeah, I mean, with BlakeTylerr, it's just the reason he's so consistent is because he kind of takes advantage of everything. You know, you can't make mistakes with him, and he's not going to make mistakes. He's going to be striking exactly where and when he's supposed to. So, yeah, Dino, you know, he was one of the very, very top competitors in UFC 3. Didn't enjoy UFC 4 very much. Still had some very good performances in the UFC 4 era, winning that, you know, Summer Series tournament. And, you know, I think for him, a tournament like this is a chance for him to break out again, become the superstar that he was working his way towards becoming. But he got BlakeTylerr as the first draw. You know what I mean? Such a tough matchup.
Yeah, it's such a tough matchup, but this is kind of the matchup that you want in the beginning of a game, of a beginning of what the meta is going to change throughout, because we're still going to have patch notes. We're still going to see a bunch of stuff. And like these kind of trades right here, I'm interested to see what he could do, but Dino's just getting hit with uppercuts. It just jab hooks into the body. It's just like damaging from BlakeTylerr. The uppercuts are landing, but how many times could he take against these trades with the Black Ace being so low?
Yeah, well, BlakeTylerr is somebody who's been very critical of the yeah, big shot there if you get the knockdown. He, especially before the patch, was calling it a race to head health damage. Basically, whoever can land more shots on the head first is going to win. And you can see that in his approach, right? He's just trying to land on the head over and over consistently. Nice shot there from Dino. Yeah, just an inch short there.
Dude, he had such an opportunity. I'm just waiting for him to make a moment, and there it is. Like, usually, I know stamina's not like a big case. I know the patch may have done some to a little bit of stamina, but Dino able to land nicely and getting those combinations going. I mean, this is kind of gnarly. We might see a little bit back and forth. Maybe a second rounder, possibly.
Can we get to a second round? I don't know. Maybe not.
Place your bets now. Second rounds, everybody. Any second rounders in the chat right now, dude? But these uppercuts for Dino are working so well. I'm wondering if BlakeTylerr is going to find a way with that strike. Oh my God, fall down. Be a killer, his leg all right messed there. Up. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a broken leg. Oh, and some excessive damage done. BlakeTylerr, money on the line, man. He's coming out for blood, and he got it. Round 1, BlakeTylerr advances. Thank you, Dino, for showing up. Blake, moving on to the semifinals. We'll get into this bracket here. But yeah, Kingsley, do you want to hang out with me while I get this shit figured out and maybe talk about outside of Zyaf, outside of Blake, what are some names that jump out to you?
Hell yeah, I got you, homie. So, like, with this whole tournament, obviously, I said Zyaf. I'm committed to Zyaf. I saw some people call me petty. I'm not petty. I just call it how I sees it. But look at this whole tournament. We saw BlakeTylerr versus Dino. Again, number 1 seed versus number 8 seed. BlakeTylerr, former ESFL champ, probably going to do something big in the next season. I can't wait to see what he does. But then Swiss Slyback Dabikin, a little tidbit for you. Swiss was the ESFLW champion, so, you know, a little nudge for right there. But Dabikin, This is a very even matchup. I'm excited to see if there's going to be upset potential in Dabikin because I know what he can do with his striking. But again, the ground game, who's going to commit to that first submission? I'm wondering if that's going to be the matchup that we see
here,
right
Kingsley,
there.
We're going to give this wheel a spin. I'm going to cut you off just so we get this done with.
Go ahead, dude.
Music's going. To featherweight we go. All right, guys, get featherweight ready to go there. All right, I'm sorry about that, Kingsley. What were you saying now?
No, you're good. You're good. And just to make sure, I want to make sure in the chat that I'm not super loud because I know I have a boisterous voice. But yeah, BlakeTylerr going forward. I'm excited to see Swiss Liebacks versus Dabikin. And then on the other side, Zyaf versus a Bathing Nash. I remember Bathing Nash going against so many people, and it was always a tough matchup. I want to see what can he do in UFC 5. I don't think I've seen any new content from him because I haven't been. So I've been checking out Romero's tutorials and Crooks's videos and live streams. Always embrace the grind with that dude, but I'm excited to see where that goes. And then Suave Jamie versus Spill Actions. Are you kidding me? All of these fights could be main eventers in any other league for the UFC 5. And the fact that we have all in one place in the Killer Cup hosted by Luber, and I'm just here just as a buddy guy to travel you along the way to guide you through the stream of amazing competition.
And that fight is ready to go, Kingsley.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. Again, guys, I invited a lot of people to talk. If anyone wants to get on, do some guest commentary, hop in the Discord, let me know. Sit in that waiting room. But Kingsley, again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to get into that second fight, so those guys can get ready whenever they want to start. Everyone in the chat, huge shout out. Appreciate you guys being here for this. I think last week, Zyaf had a $250 tournament. This is $500. I know some other people are planning some things, so this is awesome to see the whole community getting into things full swing. Start of UFC 5 here.
Yeah, this is honestly the fact that communities all coming together for a brand new game. Everyone's being nice so far, no drama or anything. Like, I'm excited to see what goes down, and I'm also happy. So if we get more people in here, it gives me more time to finish my sub, and I can just like be a part of the crew, part of the ship, and just enjoy some stuff. So Luber, looking at this matchup right here, Volkanovski possibly going against Conor McGregor. How do you see this shaping up in UFC 5?
Yeah, man, I've been saying since the game dropped, this new patch maybe I don't have the best feel for, but it still feels like maybe power reigns supreme. Power, reach, being able to take some damage too, those health stats, those are all very important. That's why you're seeing a lot of the top fighters, especially big-time strikers, being selected as the meta right out the gate here.
Yeah, and Swiss Liebacks in the red gloves going against Dabikin in the blue. I'm excited to see again like a southpaw versus an orthodox matchup. I always have trouble being the southpaw fighter going against an orthodox guy because I always want to use those body kicks. I want to use those body kicks to open up my opponent. But what Swiss is doing, just being the full aggressor, trying to use these uppercuts to just get that black gauge going. It seems to be working. He's checking those kicks very nicely.
Yeah, these guys, I seeded them 4 and 5. So really very, very close in terms of what they've achieved in the competitive scene. But also, just when you watch them fight, I mean, Dabikin is maybe the more technically proficient guy, the guy who uses the more well-known combinations and approaches to fighting, whereas Swiss Liebacks is a madman, a crazy man. But both of them have been able to take those styles and make them work against everybody. Against anybody in this tournament, they can win. And against each other, either one of these guys could take it. So it's a very good matchup.
Very good matchup. And I like what Swiss was doing with the leg kicks. If he used that a little bit more, he might get the footwork down for Dabikin. But one thing I don't like what I'm seeing from him is that he's slipping forward and he's getting caught every time with an uppercut, trying to get his opponent. Like that little movement inside, I feel like Dabikin's going to figure that out soon as possible and try to take that to his advantage. All he needs is one shot, maybe a vicious uppercut with the left or a head kick, and that's going to be all she wrote for Swiss Liebacks. So he needs to be very careful, but he swings with overhand, so he's feeling a little bit confident.
Yeah, I think you can see a little bit of a stamina advantage building for Dabikin, but in terms of head health, very close. Neither guy really landing too much yet, but now they're starting to drop bombs on each other. Oh, my. Oh, the uppercut.
The whiff! Oh my God, he's just dangerous. Dabikin with a vicious uppercut, just pull and he takes his shot. Dude, Swiss is on his heels right now, man.
Yeah, and Dabikin using that footwork of Conor McGregor so well, moving in and out. making sure that he's there to land punches, but then as soon as Swiss tries to fire back, he's moving backwards. He's getting safe, and he's not taking too much damage on the back end. Big right hook there for both guys.
Yeah, and this is where you got to be like, damned if you do, damned if you don't with your Swiss. Like, you're not having the reach advantage. So if you try to stay out of his range, you're still going to get hit with the block gate. So your only move is to attack with a vicious left hook. Go into the body. Oh my God, he got another uppercut again. The body, uppercut. Go Lord, Swiss linebacks, Luber.
Yeah, man, once he got Dabikin backed up against that cage, once Dabikin's ability to move backwards and escape those big, powerful combos was taken away, Swiss unloaded on him, landed those body shots, too, to take advantage of the rock he got initially. Great fucking victory for Swiss Liebex there. Huge win in a fight that was very, very close up until the moment he took advantage of just one little opening.
Well, I'll be damned, because, like, Dabikin had that first half of the first round, right? He was able to land when he was slipping away, able to get the uppercuts. But when it came to the trades, when it came to the aggressiveness of the leg kicks and the punches, it just seems that Dabikin wasn't able to switch, or his back was to the cage, so he didn't really have the right type of movement. So for Swiss to get that first victory, that's why he's the number 4 seed. And I think we're going to have a big old barn burner in this matchup.
Yeah, it's going back right to featherweight again after, you know, it's in this game, there's kind of a, some people have called it more coin flippy than previous games where both guys are throwing big damage with the tracking the way it is. You can see now the McGregors are coming out for both guys. It is kind of, especially in a manic fight like this, it's whoever is clutch at that one moment, right? That one opening they get, can they land all the follow-up shots, get the finish? And either guy can do it. So, man, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, and very interesting to see for Swiss. Instead of going southpaw, he stays in orthodox, so he feels comfortable in the matchup. I wonder if Dabikin is going to try to figure that out a little bit more. He's tried to go for the pull and tag the body a little bit, but you can see he's being more of the aggressor in the first starting of the fight, so maybe he understands what he did in that first fight, and maybe he's trying to correct his mistakes.
Yeah, I don't know. He ate one there. He was trying to get the pressure, though, right? Didn't want to go back against the cage. But Swiss Liebex ready with the power combo as Dabikin was walking into it.
Jeez, and it's just like the mix-ups from Swiss. It's not like he's just going head, or body shot, body shot, body shot. He's mixing it up, so it becomes a 50-50 every single time. And every time you try to slip for Dabikin, it seems like you're getting a big trouble. But a head kick right there, you don't want to be too cocky where you leave stuff to open. But, man, those little inches are working so well for Swiss so far.
Yeah, I mean, and Dabikin, too, you know, he had high hopes for this tournament, right? Everybody was in it, imagining themselves winning that first prize, taking home the money, or at least getting past this first round. Probably the toughest first round in any tournament that they'll have to be in anytime soon. But, man, Dabikin has to be worried about what's going on right now. It has to be getting to his head. I don't know how you perform at your best in this situation, but that's why these guys are pros, right? This is the environment that they've been working for the last 3-5 years.
500 smackaroos on the line. You better get on your horse. And you can see Dabikin is trying to find his way with his slips to try to get it right. He's able to get the straights. The straights have been working. When you have Conor McGregor, the left straight is always your best friend. But with 2 minutes on the clock, well, nearly, I wonder if Swiss, he's not being the aggressor, and he's taunting the bodacious, the braggadocious, saying to come here, I want to beat you with my left hands and my right, but he's getting beat up right now, Lear Luber.
Yeah, we call that a tactical taunt. He's really trying to get Dabikin to move in towards him. Yeah, you got to, sometimes when you're trying to encourage your opponent to move forward, you got to get in their head a little bit. Sometimes you got to press that D-pad.
I wish someone would. Oh my goodness! Maybe it was a technical time. I wish someone would tell me back in Halo and Call of Duty days. But the knees, the body shots, Dabikin, even though he was on death's door, able to come back, and now his opponent's back to the cage. I don't know about that uppercut. That's taking too much time. He's going forward. He needs to stay in one place, and that uppercut animation would be quicker.
Dabikin's starting to get a real sense. The timing he hit Swiss again, he caught him with the hook. Lead hook from Dabikin, catches Swiss leaning into it. Swiss backed up against the cage, trying to answer back. Swiss, a little bit of swelling. His eyes yellow, so his accuracy's down a little bit here. Definitely fighting behind now in this fight. Dabikin right in the middle, they're trading. Oh, my goodness.
This is a brawl, and you know what? For Swiss, especially with that doctor thing, you can't move back, so you have to fight. You have to stay on the line. And oh my God, we're in a second round here, Looper. Anything is possible.
Yeah, they barely made it to that second round. Both guys landing huge shots. It's an interesting. They're both teetering on the balance point of throwing big combinations, long combinations, trying to take advantage of all that power McGregor has and the ability to flow in his boxing. But if you throw one punch too many, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get punished hard, and we've seen that happen a couple times as well.
Gotta be a head kick. Oh my God! Nope, not a head kick, but a goddamn overhand will do the job just nicely. Swiss, I want to say it might go to a tiebreaker, but Davikin needs a final opportunity to not get hit with these vicious shots.
Oh, uppercut from Dab. That lead
playing
uppercut
with
into the overhand. I've seen that combo quite a bit for UFC 5. Kind of a new one people are picking up. And the double uppercuts. That lead uppercut twice in a row. Davikin has gotten rocks with it. We'll see what Swiss does to make adjustments here.
And he switched. He knew Orthodox wasn't working because apparently maybe the punch power wasn't doing the best because he was at the switch stance. He switched back, so maybe he'll get a little bit more power going to these next bunch of trades. But interesting from Davikin making his opponent switch stances.
Yeah, it's all about the lead hand for this. Oh, uppercut. Huge uppercut.
There it is. The switch up.
He doesn't jump either. He just stands there and waits for Davikin to stand. Dab back against the cage. That ground and pound will do it.
Damn.
What a crazy fight. Davikin gave him all he could, but Swiss slide back's too much to handle.
You know what that switch stance was like a metaphor? It's like when someone's leaning on the chair, it's like, you know what? I'm just going to play this casually. He just leaned forward into gamer mode. It's like, all right, you got my Orthodox. I'm going to hit you with a southpaw, and I'm going to put it on you. That was a good-ass fight. I mean, God, this is only the first half of the quarterfinals, and we still got plenty more fights. Luber, are you kidding me? What the hell?
No, this is serious. This is happening. This is real. Okay, we got I think a delay on our next fight. We might jump into the fourth fight, which is Suave Jamie versus Spill Action. I'm gonna figure that out. Let me just show you guys who are just tuning in the rules and prize breakdown. And Kingsley, if you want to tap dance for a little bit while I get this sorted, I'd appreciate it.
Hey, I got you, baby boo. So right here is the Killer Cup 2023. Will there be a 2024? Who knows? But the official format for all you guys coming around. Weights are selected by a spinning wheel of doom at the start of each set. So whatever that wheel spins at, that's the weight that we're using. Round 1 is a best out of 3, so that's the quarterfinals. Semifinals are a best of 3 and a 5-round third fight. So tiebreakers, you gotta fight more rounds. And then the finals are a best of 5-round fight. So that's main event status, baby. And then the losers in semifinals, don't worry, you'll get something else. You get to fight each other for third place. And look at the prize pool on the right side. Each competitor receives $25 just to show. So you're in here, you're already in the money. Third place gets $50. Second place gets $100. Not bad. And the top dog winner gets $150. $500 in total. And then also, guys, if you love what you're seeing here, if you want to support Luber and all the compares, guess what? You can contribute as well. There's a donation button where the winner will get some of your donation, and that would be added into the top prize. So be sure to show your support. Love what Luber is doing. Now I'm just here having a good ass time with my Subway.
No, I should really be paying you this for this, Kingsley. All right, guys, we're gonna spin the aforementioned wheel here. We're gonna figure out what weight classes Zyaf versus a Bathing Ash fight's gonna happen at. So here we go.
Come on, women's strawweight.
Featherweight wins it again. Is it bugged? Should we? Okay, I'm gonna spin it again.
Okay, do it again.
Yeah, if it gets featherweight again, we're gonna reset some things. But if it gets anything but featherweight, we're gonna stick with featherweight. I hope that makes sense. This is just to test if it's bugged.
I could tell like people who are lurkers are just saying like, "Oh shit, this shit's."
Okay, it's not bugged. It's not bugged. It's not bugged.
Is that bugged? Okay.
No bugs. We're good to go. So it sounds like Zyaf and a Bathing Ash are about ready here. I'm gonna update the bracket as well while they're getting set. But we should be good to go to get into that fight. We also are going to be seeing Swiss Slide Backs versus BlakeTylerr in the first fight of the semifinals. What do you think of that fight, Kingsley?
BlakeTylerr put on a show in his first fight and in his second fight. For Swiss, he had a little bit of trouble with Davikin. It seemed like it was a hell of a fight, but there were some things to be concerned about. He went to Orthodox. It seemed like he was stuck on Orthodox until he wanted to go into gamer mode with his southpaw with the fighter's rifle power. So it'd be interesting to see if BlakeTylerr saw any of the last contests to see if he could, like, prone in or zone in into the mistakes of Swiss Slidebacks. But Swiss Slidebacks, there's a reason why he won 2-0. So if there's a chance for anyone to make it upset, I feel like it would be Swiss. But BlakeTylerr, that's going to be a tough road to compete. But if you beat him, hey, you're already in the money. You're already going to be in the finals and probably taking the whole thing if you could beat BlakeTylerr. So I'm excited to see how all things go down, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, these guys are ready to go. They're chomping at the bit to get into it. Let me bring them up on stream here. There we are. They are hovering middleweight right now. I did clarify it is a featherweight fight once again. So
no, let them go middleweight. We want to see some action. I want to see headshot death from Leon Edwards, man.
No, the almighty wheel decides. I would love to have the authority to decide the weight class. If I could, I would change it. But no, the wheel decides our course of our destiny here. So we'll get best of 3.
Praise be to the wheel.
Yes, indeed. All right. Appreciate you joining again, Kingsley. If anyone else is looking to get in some guest commentary, by all means, hit me up on Discord. We'll figure it out. But here we go. Fight number 3, best of 3. A bathing ash for Zyaf.
And I love the show respect. Usually when you go in the ring, you see the fake glove touches. You see the shenanigans. Here is just pure class, and we love to see it. A brawl already in Zyaf. This is what I'm talking about. The aggressiveness, but the aggressiveness going to the bathing ash. Able to hit the combinations and checking the kick. Oh my God, this guy's a man after my own heart. I love it.
Yeah, it's and a lot of Conor McGregor's and Volkanovski's coming out, right? It's very interesting to see. With all the money on the line, these are the picks they're going with.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's legacy Conor McGregor, right? So, like, he's going to have a little bit more power than the current Conor McGregor, like, even has. But the check kicks, the striking, the slips that they're doing, the bathing ash has come here to play. But right now, Zyaf able to get a nice side up and a nice head kick. We're seeing some mix-ups here.
Oh, uppercuts!
Kind of tasty there, Luber.
Yeah, Ash working those uppercuts. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 uppercuts in a row. And goddamn, did it work. Got the rock on Zyaf early, and with a bathing ash, his style in this game in UFC 5, I don't think anybody is happy about the prospect of having to fight him. He's so dangerous, he's so aggressive when he needs to be, and he is fast on the sticks as well. He's got the skills to back it up.
You know what pissed me off the most? It's not even the head kicks, it's not even the combinations, because you expect to get hit in the head a bunch of times. But the fact that he checked 3 straight leg kicks, that would piss me off so much, because I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to go straight to the head, try to be a headhunter the whole time? That's going to be a scary proposition for Zyaf, but if anyone could conquer it, it can be Zyaf, but Dr. Savage is
uppercut again
with an uppercut like that there, Luber.
Yeah, and you can see as soon as he got the rock, he went right back to those uppercuts, expecting Zyaf to duck. Probably a habit a lot of top players are picking up, since ducking is a good way to get out of range of strikes when you're hurt. Zyaf is making adjustments. His head health is so low, though. He's got a lot of work to do to come back in this fight.
A lot of work, and now you have to be cautionary, but throw caution to the wind, because a head kick will be a headshot dead in any moment. And the bathing ash in these trades, he's using a lot of stamina, but it's up to Zyaf going for a first takedown into side control of the tournament, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, and good job getting to that sprawl position by a bathing ash. Right away, Zyaf getting away from the cage so he doesn't get the easy get up. And now Zyaf's got his back. This is a dangerous spot for a bathing ash. He's trying to stay very conservative, preserve his stamina so he doesn't get caught in a submission, but the ground and pound is coming.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is no Jailton Almeida performance here from a bathing ash. He's going, or Zyaf, he's going with the ground and pound. He's not just focusing on control. He's trying to get some damage in there.
Poor Derek Lewis. He will, every time he gets up, it just already go down. But for Zyaf, this is where he needs to find an opportunity. 15 seconds, this is where you could throw a little bit of caution of the win, but not too much caution, because those uppercuts are being super deadly. And this is, if he's able to find an opportunity, that nice knee will do some damage. But bathing ash, good round, man.
Yeah, Zyaf had his moments, but Ash had the bigger ones. He's definitely got a lead going into the second round. First fight between these two. Welcome everybody from the ESFL broadcast. I was watching a little bit of that earlier. Luis Smolka taking over comms. Great show over there, guys. Welcome. We're in our third fight of the tournament. We'll bring up the bracket after this. We'll talk about what's been going down. Thank you for joining. We got a great fight on our hands here.
Hell yeah, and I'm here, and I'm super proud of the guys who made their debut for ESFL. They did an awesome job. But we're here for the Killer Cup, and so far, Bathing Nash taking control until it wasn't. Chaos Control is a monster, and right now, the elbow there, Luber. Are you kidding me?
Back and forth they go. I love to see a big overhand land, but there are so many dangerous weapons in this fight. We've seen Ash landing uppercuts, elbows. Zyaf really looking for that sniper shot because he can't risk trading head health in the pocket right now. He needs to land damage without getting hit, and it's so hard to do that against Conor McGregor.
It's not even a rodeo, it's a rodeo. That's how crazy these strikes have been, and these knockouts have been.
Oh, the uppercut
into
the overhand.
Uppercut into the overhand. Nash. Oh my goodness. Bathe in the blood of your enemy and just knock him the hell out. That's what you do with Conor McGregor. Look at that. It's a replay. Never mind. We're just going to take the victory. But Luber, good victory for Bathing Nash as he's 1-0 in the best of 3 against Zyaf.
Yeah, and they're going to run it back at featherweight here. So we'll get the rematch real quick. We'll see what Zyaf can do, what adjustments he can make. Quick look at the bracket, see what's been going on so far. Fight 1 of the day. BlakeTylerr beat Ottoman Dino. Dino returning, legend of the game, but BlakeTylerr a little too much for him on that return. Swiss Backs against Dabikin, a very, very close matchup on paper. Very, very close fights, but Swiss Backs 2-0'd him, moves on to the semifinals. So this tournament's cooking, and this matchup here, number 2 Zyaf against number 7 a Bathing Nash 1-0 lead.
A number 7 seed going 1-0 to a number 2 seed. Now, initially, before this tournament started, I picked Zyaf to be the heavy favorite, in my opinion. But now the fact that his back is against the wall, I'm interested to see if he goes to full-on, like, domination mode in this situation. Because the Bathing Nash, he had a solid game plan. He was able to check kicks. He was able to use those uppercuts against Zyaf. I wonder if Zyaf is going to change up his strategy, try to use a little bit more head kicks in his starting bell. Oh, boy. Oh, just vicious uppercuts. And we're seeing a little bit of body work from Zyaf, but hopefully Zyaf is able to make it work. But so far, center of the ring and a little left-right combination with the hooks for Zyaf. But again, with these trades right here, Bathing Nash needs to be very careful, but he's able to get some combinations. But now it's an onslaught from Zyaf right there, Luber.
Yeah, I mean, both guys taking McGregor here. We've seen a very quick evolution of the meta in this tournament. Guys trying to figure out the answers for their opponents at the, at the very highest level. What are guys doing, and how do you respond to that? What tools do you need? Zyaf is going to adapt really quick. Actually, it's interesting. Bathing Nash, leading into UFC 5, was bragging about his ability to adapt. He said, "Call me Adaptive Ash." That was the new name he wanted. So I think the game itself has lined up very well for his current skill set, but also maybe that's what we're seeing here. Maybe he's picking up the meta a little quicker than everyone else, and just very refined in these exchanges in terms of knowing how to get a little more damage than your opponent, even though both of you are taking shots.
Yeah, he's being very adaptive, and that's going to be working well for his game plan. But Zyaf, I like what he did. There was like one sequence that he had in the early part of this round where he did a pull. Instead of doing an uppercut, he just attacked with a knee. And these trades are going to the favor of Zyaf. So, oh my God, that hit the hitbox? I thought it was going to be like a little inch of air in the space. But right now, these trades have gone a little bit back and forth. But Zyaf is getting some positive momentum.
It's the uppercuts that were so big last fight for Ash, right? He was able to land them early, get the rocks, use that to build damage, and I'm seeing the jab rear uppercut land over and over for him so far in this fight. It seems like he has a read. That head kick lands flush. Zyaf's in trouble. This could be it.
They're like twins because they thought of the same move. Not the same move, but the same input of going at the same time. It's just a Bathing Nash chose rock instead of scissors, and it worked out to his benefit. Now into side control, actually, excuse me, a half guard. This is where we're going to see the testament of what you're going to do with the ground game. Are you going to go for a stand-up? Are you going to go for a submission? This is where you're going to need to find out what can you possibly do with 1:30 left in the first round.
Yeah, and Ash getting him out there is huge. He gets the denial. Those top players, when they get that mount position, are so good now at denying the half guard transition, which gives them so much offensive potential. And you're seeing Ash using that moment. He got the denial, postured up, and huge ground and pound because he got that denial.
I just want like one vicious elbow to like see a vicious cut. That's all I want from the posture out position. But right now, Zyaf working his way through, trying to find a way to like get out of the situation. He's able to disrupt the stamina a little bit of Bathing Nash because these denials have been crisp and clean. But what can Bathing Nash do? I think he needs to Galvin because he might be close to losing around, and that's the submission attempt there, Luber.
Yeah, using it to move positions there, and actually as soon as they got in that sequence, they go out right away, but a Bathing Ash comes out on top, a little more stamina to work with, uses it to get the posture up with low time. He's going to maybe get a denial here, yeah. Back to half guard end of the round, but very good grappling from Ash. He was able to kind of control that part of it, and then also had a lead on the feet. So once again, Zyaf in a hole, in a lot of trouble.
In a lot of trouble, but again, his back was already against the wall, so, you know, it's nothing new for him. He's already used to the big spotlights and the big situations. Bathing Ash, for his sake, if he just continue on what he's been doing, using those uppercuts, using the kicks, and doing all the trading, he might get an advantage, but we'll have to see how this first 1 minute pans out here, Luber.
Yeah, and they're standing dead center of the octagon. Neither guy wants to give up an inch. Nobody wants to be the one backing up against the cage. Yeah, we got the flash there, but not a lot of damage coming through. You see that so often with that new counter animation where you land the perfect punch, but it wasn't quite perfect enough. You didn't do much damage.
No, but this is perfect. This is what Zyaf needed. Once he saw that opportunity, when he figured out that slip and got it the second time, that's his maneuver. That is his area of victory. If he's able to get him to slip, he might get it, but a rock like this will change up the situation, but that stamina is low. Zyaf has an opportunity to rebound as he does right there. I'm telling you, he can adapt it too, man.
It's a good counter there, but still a huge head health hole he's in right now. Ash has a huge lead in terms of head health remaining, so Zyaf gonna have to be very clever to start to work his way back into this fight, because if they exchange 1 for 1, Ash is gonna get the knockout before the round's over.
Just give me a knee. Just give me a head kick. I feel it. I see it. He's not looking for it. But a Bathing Ash, if he lands that uppercut, if he just stands there and gets that faster uppercut animation, he's going to be right in the money, because Zyaf is ducking his head down more often like he did in the first fight. So he needs to be very, very careful here, man.
Yeah, he's looking for the big slip counter. He knows he can't be trading 1 for 1 in the pocket with Ash. So he's got something in mind for sure. He's looking for something, but Ash being very conservative, and when he does let his hands loose, Ash is throwing those 3 pieces. Oh yeah! Zyaf punches his way through the block, hits the head.
Like a stone, yeah, like a stone wall, able to execute and deny all challengers coming through as he was able to get that knocked up. But now a Bathing Ash needs to be very careful, but lands an overhand. Oh, he slipped to the wrong way, and that ends to a knockdown. That ground and pound's gonna be dangerous, but a good reversal sweep.
Yeah, posted up, caught the arm, got the sweep into full mount. This is really the moment Zyaf needs to take advantage of. That elbow gets the rock, goes straight back to mount.
Got it again. Wow.
Ash post twice.
Oh, what a double block.
Oh, that's it.
He got it. He had enough time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Incredible finish. Zyaf throwing that elbow, those bows from the mount, got the rock, which gave him enough time to get the posture up and finally put Ash away. Taking advantage of one slip up by Ash. Ash went just a little too aggressive with the ground and pound. Zyaf gets the sweep, evens the series at 1 each. We're going to a rubber match, folks.
Call him Drake doing a freestyle, because it was all about the combinations for Zyaf. Able to land very nicely. But the thing, let's think about like that second half sequence before the finish. We saw a Bathing Ash able to get the knockdown. Zyaf slipped to the wrong side and was able to get hit with a left hook, but the ground and pound was to his detriment, and Zyaf picked the perfect opportunity to slip around, able to get 2 ground and pound opportunities, and they were long as hell. Let's be honest here, and able to get the finish to go in this tiebreaker. That is insane there. Now, Luber, to answer this, is it 5 rounds for the tiebreaker, or is it just 3 rounds?
Next round, it'll be 5 rounds for the tiebreaker. For this round, it's 2 rounds. Yeah. Good question. Cool. Yeah, it's a interesting predicament for young Zyaf, because he has not had really too much success on the feet. He could, though. Every fight's different, and he's had now 2 fights to get reads on the Bathing Ash. What I'm seeing, though, is the Bathing Ash is having a very good sense of the timing and tempo of the fight. He knows when to unleash the big combination that Zyaf's not ready for and get that drop. And he's done it multiple times, and that's really how he's built up all his leads in these fights.
But you can see Zyaf is picking off the little slips, the little movements. He's able to read a Bathing Ash a little bit better now. It's just he needs to be careful of his own slips. If he's staying straight into the narrow, he might get an opportunity, but that block gauge is just getting depleted every time by a Bathing Ash. Oh my God, I thought he was in the range, but just a little sliver of peaceful air was in the middle between that head kick. Oh, and that uppercut. He's using so much stamina there, Luber.
Yeah, no, Zyaf definitely got a good whiff of Abadia Nash's foot there on that head kick attempt. Zyaf is doing a good job of maintaining that outside range, right? Staying just outside of the strikes and kicks of Abadia Nash so far in this fight.
And I love what Zyaf is doing. Instead of doing a pull uppercut, he's taking his time. He's going through like different variables of what you do. The knees, maybe going for a leg kick. Those are working so well. I think Zyaf has the momentum and the confidence to take it against his opponent. He's just being a little bit more of a counterpuncher, and it's working well for him.
It's, you know, I think after the first fight and maybe even that second fight, he does not want to stand in the pocket with Abadia Nash for too long. He'll go in there to get his, you know, he'll get his snacks and try to get out. But if he tries to get a big bite, if he tries to get a big spoonful of damage, he's going to get punished. At least so far, that's what's been happening. And Abadia Nash seems to be kind of aware of that advantage he has. He's letting Zyaf move into him. He's not trying to overpress. He's not trying to pressure too hard. He's just holding the center of the octagon and saying, hey, let me see what you got.
Yeah, it seems like, to create like another comparison, it's like two baseball players. Like Zyaf, he's always going to get you a single. He's always going to give you the RBI double, but he's not going to give you the home run.
Oh, there's the
Baby
home run.
Nash hits dingers with head kicks, and he's able to knock people out with uppercuts and big shots like overhands. If he's able to land it a little bit more, he might get an opportunity to hit a massive Grand Slam home run for the walk-off.
Yeah, and he's working on that block as Zyaf there. He has to back up. Zyaf catches him. Throws the front kick to the head, blocking low. Abadia Nash was not ready for that. He got dropped, but back to the feet they go.
At some places, you got to pay for that close of a feet towards your face. But my God, Zyaf able to pick the right timing to get that kick onto his opponent's face. And now Abadia Nash, even though he's walking back a little bit more, he needs to be careful because that doctor is keeping a close-ass eye on him, man.
Yeah, you can see the damage. Oh, good uppercut to the body from Abadia Nash. He was low on stamina, so a risky shot to throw, but he landed clean. And Zyaf drops him clean.
Oh, Stakar. You know, I don't really know how Stakar could but that, it is it.
Stakar is very, very good. Stakar is very, very good. Very tough ending there for Abadia Nash, man. He was fighting so well throughout those fights. The third fight, though, Zyaf just able to stay ahead of him and really edge out a win pretty clean after two very, very tough fights early. Zyaf rallies big, comes through, and gets the dub.
I'm just going to write that in my notes. Like, stat guard is great in ranked. I'm just going to use that now. But, like, that's why I said Zyaf, even though his back is against the wall, he's used to situations like that. And that's why I had him as, like, my favorite going to the Killer Cup. Because it seems like no matter what happens in the first fight, if you give him 2 more fights or, like, a best of 3 or a best of 5, he's going to figure out your game plan. He was able to figure out the slips. He was able to figure out that he couldn't go into the trade. So whoever his opponent's going to be after our last quarterfinals matchup, this is going to be very interesting to see what all of these compares can possibly do.
Yeah, and it's Suave Jamie versus Spill Actions in that last fight. That's what we got up next here. That is a crazy matchup. Obviously, you know Suave Jamie. Do you remember much of Spill Actions' run in the UFC 4 era?
Goodness, I know it was like very inconsistent from what I remember. There was like a lot of good moments, but there was also moments when he went up to like bigger competition, like he was close to like co-main or main event spot. It just kind of, it didn't fully translate. It was like a Derek Lewis situation. You get these amazing moments, but then it kind of fell down here and there. I still have faith in his actions. I feel like he could definitely pull up an upset if you want to put some money on it, but Suave Jamie, there's a reason why he's a multiple-time former ESFL champion. There's a reason why he's highly touted as a number 3 seed. So for Spill Actions, he has a tall task in order for him. He's going to have to run the freaking gauntlet because right now, he's the ultimate underdog in this tournament. He's the last one standing of the lower seeds.
Yeah, I mean, after this fight, we will be in our semifinals. I think maybe, I mean, it's tough to really know these things for sure, but I think Spill, you know, may be the best striker in this tournament. I mean, he's definitely known as the most pure striker of all the people involved. Everyone else, you know, they have, I think, a little bit more recognition as being gods of the game, and Spill doesn't maybe have that reputation yet, but his striking is just as good, if not better than all theirs, and he's shown that multiple times. So again, we're talking about an opportunity for guys to break out in the UFC 5 scene. Spill wants to do that. I have a feeling he's going to look very good here.
Now, quick question. Out of like the remaining competitors, we know that every one of them, like UFC 5 is tailored to like a little bit of striking. And I know like the submission game and the ground game has been like revamped a little bit, but who do you think is going to be the competitor that goes to the ground game a little bit more? Maybe try to go for a little bit more submission. I know we saw a little bit from Zyaf, but who do you think is really going to see it after everyone's so good with their striking?
Let me spin the wheel for these guys. I forgot about that
ahead,
for a
dude.
second. We'll go back to the magical wheel. We'll play the little song here.
No way.
That's a very consistent random wheel. All right, guys, back to featherweight we go. So an opening round, all featherweight. We'll take featherweight off the wheel after this fight. But yeah, we tested it. We spun the wheel in practice. It was working just fine today here live. That's what we're going to be working with.
Yeah. Blessed be the spinning wheel of majestic chaos. Thinking featherweight is the be all end all. But again, this is what we've seen competitors using Conor McGregor, Alexander Volkanovski. I'm excited to see what is going to be the changes that they've seen from other competitors, because apparently it's the meta. Apparently it's working for a lot of people. Whoever used Volkanovski doesn't really have a great track record when it comes to these competitions. So I'm wondering, Suave Jamie, if he wins this, does he stay on Volkanovski or will he try to go to the mirror match? Because everyone seems all high on Legacy Conor McGregor here, Luber.
Yeah, you know, it's I think Zyaf had Vulcan, he switched off. I think somebody had Vulcan 1 with him earlier. Maybe Blake did, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the case. It's one big thing is the range that Conor brings. Like Volk can match him in power and speed, durability, but Conor McGregor has maybe some higher level on some of the strikes and also just much rangier.
Yeah, you can already see the range like come into play. Phil Action's able to use that left straight to work so well. And here we go. Power takedown. Let's go. Suave Jamie giving the people what they want.
You know, I don't know if this is what the people want. It's definitely not what Spill Actions wants. This side control position's so powerful right now in the meta, and Suave Jamie, one of the very best at holding it throughout the series of the game. I think, you know, a lot of people, when they look at this matchup, knew that Jamie would be looking to go to the ground early. To get it to the ground as fast as he did is a testament to his ability to time up the takedown and anticipate what Spill is trying to do. Spill gets it to sprawl here. He's going to be eating a lot of body damage for free, but anything to get out of that side control position, I think he's happy to take it. And now he's going to work his way back up to the feet. We'll see what Jamie does if he can get it back down.
Yeah, I had a little bit of deja vu back in UFC 4 and UFC 3 of just like being that side control and just elbows hitting you. And now it's becoming like a little bit of a more of a detriment because the Dr. Stoppage could instantly change everything up. But now it's up to Spill Axis. What can you do? Oh, like, make him whip twice and go over a nice straight. I love what we're seeing from Spill Axis trying to rebound from the Volkanovski onslaught on the ground. But now both guys are just whipping for the fences there, Luber.
Yeah, I don't know if a pull party is accurate if they're both whiffing hard. It's like a pull.
Shout out to Bruce Lee Rob.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's a pull catastrophe. I don't know. Anyway, the chat, I think, reacting right away to Suave Jamie going to that ground game that we were talking about. But Jamie, right away, as soon as they went to the feet, started working his hands again. It is hard to get the position. That is the biggest challenge right now in UFC 5, getting it to the ground. And once he's there, he's going to be able to do a lot with it. Good on Spill to get back to his feet. Even though he had to eat a lot of damage to get it there, now you get to see him go to work, and he's starting to land that left hand.
Yeah, you gotta talk about like patience, right? The patience, because like sometimes when you're just like an average player or you're just casually into the game, you can feel very frustrated in those moments. You gotta take it down. It could be a very bad situation. You just let it keep up. But the professional patience of a Spill Axis to try to get back up to his feet and actually land some good combinations. But now he needs to watch out for the body because the body is getting more of a target. But Suave Jamie is still going forward and forward despite not having a race. Oh, body uppercut! I love to see that here.
Yeah, you're seeing it. Spill Actions getting those hands going. Tap him here, tap him there. Eventually, oh, big body kick from Suave Jamie, though. Anticipated that major lunge and caught him right in the gut.
In the smart situation of putting his opponents back to the cage, even though it's the end of the first round, that's really smart to see what they do in the second round. I'm excited to see what Spill Axis could do when he's on his feet in the first minute.
Yeah, that's true. We get the reset here. We saw very quickly Jamie went to that takedown last time. He was starting to eat it at the end of the last round. He did get enough damage to probably win the round with that body kick and with the side control when he held that. So Jamie probably looking at the scorecards here, trying to come up with the best game plan to assure he makes it either to decision or totally dominates on top position, which he very quickly is. He's got the mount. He's postured up. He's raining down bombs, spill actions, and all sorts of trouble. And you see there again, Jamie finishing with the elbow. We saw Zyaf do that earlier. Use that to get the rock, which allowed him to posture up and get the big come from behind win. So very powerful, those elbows from the mount, especially when you know it's the last strike that you'll be able to throw.
But here we are, another transition to Nile into a submission, into an armbar. But here comes a test of patience. That Samus so far with the R1 on the right RB button on the Xbox side, getting closer and closer. That could have been a submission, but a desperate escape. And now he's on his last legs. This is going to be very scary for Spill Actions.
Yeah, and with the stamina difference, Jamie knew right away he could get into that struggle mechanic and force one good submission attempt off. Took away about half of Spill Actions' submission defense. So if he can just work this position, get back to the armbar, land some ground and pound, it should be able to secure that submission victory here. We'll see what he does with the damage he just did from that mount position.
He was able to do it twice, but again, the denials, and now into a submission attempt with Spill Action stamina being so goddamn low. Not really fully going for anything, but this might be all she wrote. This might be our first submission of the Killer Cup.
Yes, sir, it is. Jeez. And with that Spill Action, Suave Jamie goes 1-0 against Spill Actions in the best of 3 between them. So they'll run it back here at featherweight. Kingsley, I got some good news. There's some relief on hand for you. Zyaf's asked if he could get in on some commentary, so I'll give you a little break here.
It's my boy. Yeah, you know what? It's awesome being here. I can't wait to see you guys in ESFL next week. It's going to be great. And you can follow me on King HCK on Twitters and socials and all that stuff.
Yeah, Kingsley, if you want, drop a link in the chat of the Discord, not Discord, the Twitch.
In the chat. I got you.
That way people
I know what
give
you
a
meant.
follow. Hell yeah. All right.
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace out, guys. I'm going to finish myself. Hi, Zyaf.
Yo, what's up, Zyaf?
Oh, hello. Let me,
Yeah, take your time. I'll talk the guys through what's going on here. So, these two are about to run it back here at featherweight. We're just waiting for Spill Actions to ready up. But 1-0 lead right away for Suave Jamie. What did you make of that fight, Zyaf? Did you get a chance to see it? I think he's eating or something. So,
no,
go ahead.
Sorry. My headphones were just not liking me. But yeah, I thought that fight was really interesting. I mean, Swiss was really, I thought, getting the advantage on the feet. Spill was getting the advantage on the feet early. But then Jamie got that body rock. He started to get the stamina advantage. You know, he started to press. And I mean, once he gets you on the ground, it's just ridiculous. And I think that's why we're seeing them go with the Volk mirror matches, that Spill can't give up that grappling advantage again.
Yeah, the takedown defense stats and then the stats off his back. But I also wonder, would somebody right away, Jamie rocks him. Oh, forget about the game plan. We're going right in the ground.
Hook. This could be it right here.
Yeah, that was an insane rock right away out the gate. I saw Spill's head health go to 0 on an instant. But
yep.
So what have you made out of this tournament so far? What you said you wanted to join. Is there anything you got on your mind from watching these fights go down?
I mean, I'm just really, really interested to see how things are playing out. We haven't had very many top-level competitions yet, right? Because we haven't had a full ESFL season yet, anything like that. So, to see these guys really go at it for basically the first time is really interesting. We get to see these top-level matchups. And, right now, I also think we're seeing people really caring about winning for the first time. It's mostly been exhibitions, it's been fun, it's been this, it's been that, but now they're really playing for money. They are really in here to win. And I mean, that's what Jamie does so well, right? He plays.
Oh, head kick though.
Oh!
Yeah, Jamie, when when it comes to winning, nobody really is able to clutch through quite like him in tough situations. We've seen so many times his back against the wall in bad spots and he comes through, but yeah, close fight here. Spill starting to get the pulls going, starting to get a good read on the striking of Jamie. So Jamie,
yeah, but right back down they go.
very intelligently switches it up, catches him a little too much of a rhythm maybe from Spill actions. He kind of forgot about the whole wrestling thing for a sec.
Well, I like seeing the takedown mix-ups from Jamie, right? He's doing a very good job of keeping Spill on his toes. He's shooting different types of takedowns, which is always really good to see. And here we go to side control, right? This is Jamie's bread and butter. This is where we saw Spill really struggle in the last fight.
Yeah, everybody's struggling, right? It's such a tough position to get out of. You got to work. And you kind of got to put yourself in bad positions just to get out of there. Like going to the sprawl here would be bad. Getting these denials, not great. But Spill scrambled back to half guard, so he did make it work.
Yep. And now he's going to get to sprawl. And this seems to be the strategy for Spill. You know, let him do the damage to your body so that he can't do the damage to your head. It's almost like an old Ali-style rope-a-dope.
Yeah, 1-0. Oh! Huge overhand! He ducked!
Duck overhand! Jamie tried to pull the counter and got smacked by the overhand. Now he does survive, but Spill got 45 seconds on top here, and Jamie is at low head health, Luke.
Yeah, I want to give about 30% credit to the taunt that Spill threw out there about 10 seconds before that overhand. Got in Jamie's head, I like to think, and damn, that was clean. Very close to getting the win for Spill.
Oh, but here we go. Jamie does a very good job of reversing him here. And let's see if he can hold this, do some damage right back up to Neon Belly. Before the end of the round.
Yeah, a lot of damage for Jamie from the ground. Already a good lead, even though Spill had those huge moments on the feet. I think in terms of head health, they're at least close, if not a pretty good lead for Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, look, it does seem like Spill has an advantage on the feet, but it's not too much of an advantage, right? Like Jamie can still get him there, if Spill isn't careful.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how this second round plays out. What do you think so far?
Yeah, and with money on the line, I think full focus from Jamie. He's really going to set something up here, and Spill's got to be on his A game. And really, he has to outclass him, man. He has to outplay him and be the better player to keep it on the feet. Because, yeah, he's in a hole. Hey, I got a question for you. I'm a lazy piece of shit who didn't watch your tournament. How did that one play out? Who ended up winning it?
Yeah, actually, it was BlakeTylerr who ended up winning it. You know, he beat, actually, his next opponent. He beat Swiss Lebax in the first round. I forget who else he beat. Let me actually check on that.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it was a crazy, crazy tournament. Yeah, so he actually beat Fatinate to win that one.
Yeah,
so,
a wild
oh
thing
my
on the
goodness, and
Xbox
that's
side
it!
of things. Yeah, Jamie coming through. So many advantages he built up with that ground game. Spill, great effort. I mean, we all saw the potential Spill had with his hands. Really taking it to Jamie, one of the best in the game. So hopefully we get to see him in a lot more competition. Just tough draw against Jamie in this first fight. Oh,
it's such a tough draw. I mean, no matter who you are, you know, everybody likes to talk trash, right? We are all like, oh, well, this guy, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, shut up. Everybody is so damn good, and Jamie is one of the best. It doesn't matter who you are. He's going to give you a really tough time, and that's what we saw here.
Yeah, so next up, guys, we're moving into our semifinals. We got BlakeTylerr against Swiss Lebax. Zyaf, do you want to start getting ready for your fight, or do you want to hang out and...
No, I'm happy to be here.
All right, cool. We'll keep you for this series then, and then I'll let you... You're not going to be able to stay while you're fighting, but we'll keep you around for this one. Why don't you just for a minute kind of talk about the... So you had Xbox, your tournament last week. This week, it's PlayStation. How do you see kind of the competitive scene evolving, and what do you think is kind of... What skills are going to be very important for competitive players, or maybe not competitive players, people who want to become competitive? How should they be playing the game and trying to get on this level?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you have to do is create something unique, right? Like, obviously, we all have inspiration. We all, you know, do certain stuff for our own styles. You know, we take things from other people. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to be a top-level player, you have to have something special about you. When I look at this bracket, we are seeing, you know, every single person has something different about them, has something special that they offer, and it just becomes about how those styles match up. If you want to be to these, you know, these top levels, you have to have, you know, that it factor that really gets you there. It's all great to be in the ESFL. That's a great accomplishment. But, you know, past that, I mean, it gets tough to get to that top level. So you got to do something special.
Absolutely. All right, we took featherweight off the wheel. We're gonna spin the wheel for the weight class.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what was going on with it. The gods of MMA wanted to see some featherweight fights. They wanted to see some McGregor and Volkanovski fights. Let me pull up the wheel here, guys. So this will be the weight class for the full best of 3 for this next match here. Let's give her a spin.
They are asking, is it 3 or 5 rounds for this one?
Yeah, so middleweight's the weight class. The first 2 fights are 3 rounds. If they go to a third fight, it's 5 rounds. So if you guys are listening, hope you got that locked in, and we'll be communicating in the Discord as well.
So middleweight is a really interesting weight class. I think this may give Swiss an advantage compared to lower weight classes, just because there's more power there, there's more finishing ability, and Swiss, right? You know just how dangerous this man is when you give him an inch of finishing ability.
Yeah, do you think that this game, maybe before the patch it was a little bit more of a thing, do you think there is a bit of a, coin flip element to these striking exchanges where a lot of times maybe one person would have an edge, but because of the tracking and everything else going on, there's a little more random chance involved? Or do you think that the skill expression is still as high as it was for maybe UFC 4?
I think the skill expression is still there. The issue is, like you mentioned, the tracking. The tracking is plaguing the game at the moment. What we see is that the big thing is especially the rocks, right? The exchanges, those aren't really a coin flip. They're mostly the same as 4. It's just some new animations, some new frames. People are still getting used to those, but especially the rocks, the knockdowns, it's the high impact moments that become more difficult to survive just because you don't know whether or not something's going to track you when it shouldn't, right? So that's what we see. But when it does work, like we saw with Spill, knocking down Jamie with that overhand. Jamie tried to pull, a looping shot that came too far. When it does work like that, then that's the advantage that he gets. So it can be a coin flip, but only if he, wants, only if it doesn't work correctly.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense. So these guys, they're ready to go. I was trying to give them the thumbs up there. I think there we go. Yeah, it is. Especially, I think, it's a shame if people have to avoid playstyles because of the tracking issues or adjust their style. But at the end of the day, you got to win fights, right? So whatever the game, whatever style you want it to be, if it's not there, I think especially with money on the line like this tournament.
And here we go.
Yeah. So we'll see how these guys fight. Swiss Lebix right away coming out with the aggression out of Alex Pereira. He's not naturally an aggressive fighter, but I feel like in the game, fighting with pressure with Alex Pereira actually works very well.
It does, and it's a few things, right? It's the move levels and it's the power on Alex Pereira, right? Those are the things that really give you an advantage there against someone like Izzy. Now, Izzy did get a buff because they kind of removed tall man syndrome in this game, where tall men are just so much slower and weaker, and they suck. But so in this game now, the taller fighters with the power, they're going to have a slight advantage. So I do like seeing this pick out of Swiss. And I like the pick out of Blake, a little more technical. He likes to throw the straight shots down the pipeline. I think this is a great matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see if I can bump the quality here for you guys. Might just be what we're stuck at. Nope.
You're good. There we go. Oh, look at that. Crispy. Swiss lands a 4-piece there.
Yeah, it's I really like, because with the the increased incentive in landing kind of that jab or that lead hook and getting your combination going, starting on their block, having that long fighter with that jab and the power, because the power is so important, it just seems to be very, very relevant in the meta. A lot of top players are taking fighters that are tall and powerful.
Absolutely. But, the converse to that is look at Swiss's stamina, right? We're halfway through the round. He's already lost a solid, 15-20%. He may recover between rounds, but the more Blake can take advantage of him starting to lose his stamina, especially when he's at low short-term stamina, getting those hard counters, I think Blake might be able to take advantage with that. And that's the problem with using these high-impact fighters. They don't always have the best cardio.
Yeah, and I'm seeing these guys time and time again, especially Jamie, Spill, and now BlakeTylerr, going to that rear body uppercut. I thought bodywork maybe, obviously you got to work it in, keep people guessing. but I didn't expect it to be a core part of the combinations that people are throwing in the pocket like that so often.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, the patch definitely helped. The issue right now is not the stamina in the rounds themselves. It's the recovery between the rounds, right? It's the fact that they gain too much back. But what we're seeing is that during the rounds, they're trying to get their stamina down as fast as possible with the body shots so that they can do more work, you know, maybe for, you know, 3-4 minutes into that round before they recover for the next round.
Oh, it sounds like something that could be fixed in one patch.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been asking for. So
yeah, we'll see. A good fight though so far too, and pretty back and forth in terms of damage, but obviously, like you were saying, the stamina going. Oh, big uppercut for Blake Tylerr.
And he ducks into it. Great head movement, but he does get caught on the end there. What a shot to end the round.
Yeah, man, Blake Tylerr, like you said, he waited till the end of the round. That's when his stamina advantage is going to be the greatest, and it came through. He landed the uppercut, caught Swiss blocking low, and rallied to get a good amount of damage on the block and head health as he had him rocked there at the end.
Yeah, and so now we are seeing that stamina advantage start to come to fruition for Blake Tylerr. Although, like I mentioned, he did recover a bit between rounds. Something that I haven't even picked up on really was how much Swiss is chopping at that leg. We're seeing that leg health really start to go down for Blake Tylerr as he goes to head kick and gets the rope.
Yeah, aggressive move from Blake Tylerr. I myself love sniping people with the head kick. Feels so snappy in UFC 5. But if you miss bad, and Swiss slide backs took full advantage, and now he's trying to pressure forward.
Very nice from Blake to stop that counter. We saw Swiss backstepping there. What a first fight between these two.
Yeah, neither guy backing down. Anything can happen. Swiss slide backs actually has done a great job of protecting his head. Stamina health is one thing, but good advantage in the head health. But now Blake Tylerr
gets
fighting.
dropped.
Big straight drops him with it. He's trying to jump into the ground pound. Of course, Swiss slide back's ready to go with that up kick. Kicks back to his feet.
Yeah, Blake's got to be a little more patient on that up kick. He's got to bait it out first and then get it. Swiss almost lands a head kick there. I mean, they are just going back and forth. It seems that Blake might have a slight advantage here.
Yeah,
as he gets another rock.
Just a couple times landing right at the end of whatever movement Swiss is doing, just enough to get the rock. Not huge rocks, but gives him the momentum and the situational opportunities to get the fight over with. But Swiss slide back standing in there, surviving, and you know how dangerous he is all the way to the end of the fight.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. But he gets pull elbowed there. Beautiful from Blake Tylerr. Anticipated that perfectly. Now, Swiss is going to get up, but he is hurt. He's cut. We see the two icons there, which means he has lower recovery. He's going to take higher damage. This is an uphill battle for Swiss from this point on. But he lands a flying knee!
The jumping switched knee right on the chin. Trying to land the hook, the lead hook. He's touching him. He's touching him. No block for Blake Tylerr, but he fires back with a straight hand. Gets the drop. Now he can look for the ground and pound.
Swiss not defending it properly, and that's it. Ref jumps in. A beautiful stoppage for Blake in the first fight.
Yeah, so these two will run it back at middleweight here. 1-0 lead for the #1 seed, Blake Tylerr. That fight, I mean, you saw right away the most visible thing was the stamina, but Swiss slide backs had so many things going for him. Just needed maybe a couple more opportunities to get some damage in, and he could have gotten the ending. But Blake Tylerr had the lead, ran with it, took the dub.
Yeah, I mean, it was so close. It was so close. And by the way, I do believe someone's asking you to check your messages. But, I mean, when you look at that fight, you look at the head health, you look at the stamina, all those factors came together. And Blake was just barely able to pull that one out. I mean, what a fantastic job from these two in the final fight of the first round. Or sorry, the first fight of the semi. Sorry, I thought we were in the first round. This thing is flying by. And now we see an Israel Adesanya mirror match between these two gentlemen.
Yeah, these 8-man tournaments hit different, don't they? Just 4 fights, 1 shot to get to the semifinals. And here we are, the winner of this. If Blake Tylerr wins this fight, he moves on to the finals. If Swiss slide backs wins, we get a 5-round rubber match. And it's interesting to see the switch to Israel Adesanya from Swiss.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you know, Swiss is not typically somebody who uses his kicks. Maybe he's just looking to show Blake a different animation set, a different move set. keep him guessing and possibly throw out those leg kicks like we're seeing here.
The leg kicks,
I mean,
exactly.
we'll have to see.
Right when you were talking about it, I was like, I wonder what that is about. That makes sense to me that he felt like he was getting something going with those leg kicks and wants to return to them. Definitely when you're fighting somebody who is a very, very good boxer, right, you're going to have opportunities to land some devastating leg kicks, affect their ability to get into a flow state and pressure you. And yeah, it seems to be the plan.
Right. Well, Swiss is such an underrated leg kicker, and he has been since pretty much UFC 3. He's always kicked legs. People just don't know it, but here we go. Blake again on the pressure as he gets a rock. And Swiss back on those kicks. That seems to be the game plan, go low, go high. Make sure he never knows, because the more that Swiss throws up that head kick, the more that Blake is going to be inclined to just block that head kick, and that will open him up to the leg kicks and vice versa.
Yeah, and the leg kick strategy, you like to see those strategies come out. You like to see some sophistication. But BlakeTylerr's plan seems to be to punch Swiss in the face, and that is a little bit more effective up to this point.
Up to this point, yes. The thing is that Swiss is not someone who plays the long game, right? He wants to get in your face. He wants to finish you early. He can go 5 rounds or 3 rounds or whatever the fight is, but he's going to struggle doing it. So, he's investing in the long term, and Blake is investing in the short term. Kind of the opposite of what we found in the last fight.
Yeah, and Blake getting a good sense of the timing, throwing that jab out there and landing pretty clean. We'll see if he can start landing some follow-up shots and do some crazy damage and get a drop here on Swiss. It seems like he's setting up for it.
It does, but I mean, you can never count this man Swisselbacks out. He is still doing good damage to BlakeTylerr's head, and I mean, he gets one drop, the fight could be over.
Yeah, and I mean, all things considered, pretty even on head health. Again, a stamina advantage going BlakeTylerr's way, but both men fight in terms of trying to get that rock and that, ground and pound sequence finish or something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, we are definitely seeing the ground and pound being very prominent in this game. Blake gets another rock. Swiss just getting under that straight, though. Head movement, so good.
Yeah, what do you think of all these uppercuts? I mean, we saw, was it you who was getting caught by quite a few from Ash early on? Some other people throwing out a lot of uppercuts and landing clean and powerfully with them.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? If you look at the strikes that you can throw, most of them get avoided by the duck. That's the thing. The jab, the straight, the hook, the overhand, the head kick, right? All of these things get avoided by the duck. There are 2 strikes that get hit by the duck, the uppercut and the front kick. The front kick you're not really going to throw when you rock somebody, so it's really the uppercut. Now, if the uppercut lands, I mean, it's lights out, right? But if the uppercut doesn't land, the duck avoids everything. That's why we see so many people ducking and maybe getting caught more than they should by that uppercut.
I see what you mean. So, of all the finishes we're going to see, if you're guessing duck, it'll always be an uppercut, more or less. And then if you're guessing anything else, there's all sorts of... Yeah, that makes sense. It is interesting. I was curious where they would fall in the meta. It's... Everything is about timing up your opponents and doing the right thing at the right time. But there are certain techniques that are definitely over-tuned a little bit. But I think your point makes sense that maybe it's not anything about the tuning itself, just strategically how it plays out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also just how different players do it, right? We see that Swiss ducks a lot. Blake likes to pull, right? Jamie liked to pull. That's why he got caught by the overhand. Oh, double hook. Oh, and the question mark kick. The lead question mark kick coming out from BlakeTylerr. Can Swiss survive this ground and pound? That's it.
Cannot. That looked beautiful. That was vintage Israel Adesanya throwing that question mark kick, landing on the top of the head, finishing with the ground and pound. BlakeTylerr's looking kind of unbeatable. Zyaf, I'm going to have to let you go here. You got a fight to get into. Anything you want to plug? Your YouTube? Anything else you got going on?
I mean, just my YouTube. Zyaf on YouTube. Please, guys, thank you to Luber for hosting this tournament. He does it for the community, for us. Please give him a follow. Give him a sub on Twitch if you can. And appreciate you, man.
All right, dude. If you end up not in the finals or whatever and you want to come back, hit me up. We'll
absolutely
see what's going on. All right.
All right,
guys. Might pull Kingsley again. If anybody is in the UFC community, a content creator, you want to hop in for some guest commentary, we got some fights left, but let me get everything sorted out here. We'll advance BlakeTylerr in the bracket. Zyaf and Jamie are getting set up right now. Take a quick look at the, not the fight screen, the rules and format. We are in the semifinals. So the first 2 fights are 3 rounds. If we go to a rubber match, we will have a 5th round or a 5-round third fight. And then the losers of these fights are still in the tournament. They're going to be playing against each other for third place. So if you enjoyed watching Swiss Liebax, stay tuned. He's going to be fighting again very soon. What else do we got going on here? Oh, yeah. The prize pools, you'll see no donations coming in. That's all good. I put up the money for this one. Not worried about that. But if you guys do want to contribute, if you want to add to the prize pool, I think there's a PayPal link or whatever below. All that money will be going to the first place winner. All right, looks like that fight's almost ready. Kingsley, I'm going to pull Kingsley back in here. Help me kill some time. Kingsley, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? What a crazy fight that last fight, man. Just going absolutely insane. BlakeTylerr going to the finals. Who would have thought? Not me.
Yeah, well, you had Zyaf. Zyaf almost got eliminated, but managed to survive. So your pick is still in it, man, and he's about to fight right now. What do you think of the matchup?
Oh boy. Well, if we saw from the last quarterfinals, and if you guys are just here, Suave Jamie versus Zyaf is a heavyweight bout in the matter of just like in the competition and the skills and the move sets that they're going to be implementing. Zyaf clean on the feet, very adaptable, as we're seeing, going against adapting Ash, able to out adapt the adapter, able to get it going. But Suave Jamie, he did a little bit of a different approach. He was able to use more of his submissions, his ground game a little bit more, try to implement a little bit more of mixed martial arts. So it'll be interesting to see what Zyaf is going to pick for his fighter, but also his strategy. Because is he going to go for a more wrestler sound guy because he knows he has to strike him? We'll have to find out. But I can't wait to see how this all plays out and who is going to be our second finalist of the Killer Cup 2023.
Heck yeah, dude. All right, we're spinning the wheel right now. We're going to pick the weight class for this fight. We took featherweight off the wheel, so let's see what happens. I always bob my head to this song. It's good stuff. All right, first bantamweight fight.
I can't hear nothing.
No. Bantamweight's the weight class, so these guys will be getting ready at bantamweight. We'll see how that's going in just a second. Again, here's the bracket, guys. BlakeTylerr did get the win there, so he advances. Swiss Liebax will be in the third place fight. And right now, best of three, Zyaf versus Suave Jamie, one of the most iconic matchups in the history of the competitive scene. These guys have fought before. They've gone at it, and it's always been interesting. It's very back and forth. So we'll see how this plays out in just a minute.
Very back and forth. And while if you ever need to handle some business, I'll be here to talk about what's been going down. So again, the prize pool, whoever gets this, like, is at least $100 more richer. That's what's on the line here in the semifinals matchup. For Zyaf, it'll be very interesting to see where he goes on from here. But Suave Jamie also using the mixed martial artist aspect of this whole contest, and the fact that we're going to bantamweight, there's a lot of good options at that class. I'm excited to see where it usually goes. I'm usually more of a TJ Dillashaw or maybe a Clay Guida if I'm feeling frisky, but just all around very good options in general. And the fact that Luber got all these people around, got all these champions and all these aspiring people in the UFC 5 community, and brought you guys along here. I'm excited to see what goes down in these virtual octagons, man. And it's a best of three. Am I right about that?
No, you're right. Semifinals, best of three. When we get to the finals, it'll be a best of five rounds. But this is the best of three, so we'll see. These guys will get a couple chances at proving they're the best in this matchup. They are, I think they're just waiting on word for the weight class or whatever's going on. They both seem ready to go. So we'll get into this fight in a second. But huge shout out to everyone in chat, everyone joining. I really appreciate it. I know I've been ignoring chat. There's a lot going on, but guys, I started streaming again about 2 months ago. Since that time, it's been nothing but love, nothing but fun times, hanging out, playing UFC 5. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 p.m. not to 9 p.m. Central Time. So I know a lot of you are in Europe, a little too late for you, but it's been fun seeing you around. It's been fun to be back into the mix, and I think with UFC 5, a lot of people came back, so it's been nothing but good vibes. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Oh, for sure. Like the fact that you're like in the content streaming side of it, I was like, oh my god, there's my bro. He's back in the limelight doing some ranked championships. For a second, while I was like going back to streaming because I was also doing UFC 5, I was like, you know what? I could take you on, and I see what division you were, and I was like, ah, shit, I don't have a Shit's Creek in hell chance of beating you, but I definitely want to do like more co-op streams of like us doing the best of 5 and putting something on the line. I feel like that'd be fun. But the fact that you're doing like Killer Cup and doing the streaming and all that stuff, and this is also going to be a VOD on YouTube. You have a YouTube channel. Oh my god, he's a content creator. I'm excited to see how it all goes out. But let's just talk about. Oh, actually, we're not in.
Yeah, we a little bit behind the scenes. We're figuring out what's going on with the connection. They have a ping that they're used to playing at, so something's going on. So they're just, you know, unkinking the wires, just playing with the connection, trying to get back to where they're supposed to be. So it'll just be a minute delay here. That gives me a chance to update the bracket. So props to them for that.
And like while you're updating the brackets, it's just interesting to see. It seems like everyone is loving. Well, I wouldn't say loving it right now in featherweight, but what do you think is like the most used weight class in UFC 5 from what you've seen? Because I know like ranked always changes every hour, but it seems like people are going more towards like the lower middle weights, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, I think the same. I mean, for UFC 4 is very definitive. People wanted to play bantamweight to middleweight in the competitive scene. And then the ESFL, some other organizations tried to force people out of that to get more variety and more of the full game encapsulated. But I think when you still talk to players, that's kind of the groove. That's where the game feels right. That's where you have a lot of fighter diversity as well. But it's mostly about that feel. You want to know when you're throwing combinations what's going to happen. You don't want that weird delay. Or you don't want it to be like 125 where, you know, the power's so low that people are throwing gigantic combinations and, you know, the fights are lasting a long time.
Yeah. And you know, I'll admit it, like when because I usually hate playing like light heavyweight or heavyweight. There was this one time where I was like, you know what? I'll give it a go. I'll see how it is in ranked champs. I played one time with Cyril Gagne against like a John Jones. So I was like, all right, it ain't for me. Because every single time I would just get destroyed and it just became like a whole situation. So I definitely get the feeling of like, want to go to a lower weight class and try to see the responsiveness of your inputs. That's like what fight games in the FGC, like Street Fighter, like Marvel vs. Capcom, like Tekken, like Mortal Kombat. You want to have those inputs like do exactly what you want them to do. That's why ping in these kind of tournaments is so important, right? Because you want to make sure that everything that you're doing is not out of your hands. You want to have absolutely full control when you're in a situation like this.
Yo, Boiler gifting the subs. I didn't even notice.
Boiler!
Dude, what a maniac. Congratulations to everyone that got one. ESFL Gaming, OG Kevin Bacon, Dabikin, Ball is Life, Wild White Wolf. Great gifts given out. It sounds like these guys are almost ready to go. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Obviously, a huge matchup here. Zyaf versus Suave Jamie. Winners in the finals. Losers go into the third place match. Best of 3. Let's see if... doesn't look like Jamie's live, so maybe we gotta switch it up here.
Yeah, it be what it be. You know, sometimes you do it live. It's a part of the grind. It's a part of the live broadcast. I mean, for what it's worth, we need a little bit of an intermission, right? Because all these fights have been nonstop, first round, second round finishes, and they have been absolutely insane. So the fact that we had all those contests like go absolutely insane, where knockouts, uppercuts, slips, head kicks, and overhands just all landing. I feel like this is a good like palate cleanser. You know, you get set up for what's going to be happening for the rest of the contest, and you know, hopefully we get to see like some bangers. And I see a little bit of hope and progress, but again, there's $100, at least $100 on the line. You want to make sure everything is pristine and right. And hopefully, I don't know if you're showing it, but hopefully a certain situation will,
we're good. We're good to go.
We're good. Okay, that ping is crazy.
Good. Yeah, whatever was going on before. I mean, this is from California all the way to Ireland. So
Damn,
you're gonna get a higher ping. But they, like I said, they know each other so well. They knew the ping was off right away when they got into it. So they figured out what was ever going on in the background there, which is great because now we're getting the highest potential. Obviously, the best ping they could have is in Las Vegas, like we did a couple summers ago, ESFL Live. But this should be a good fight here. I'm excited.
For sure, and I'm excited to see how it goes down. I mean, finally some diversity. We see different fighters. Sandhagen versus, I'm not gonna pronounce that name because I know I'm gonna butcher it so goddamn bad. But Zyaf using this guy. I'm excited to see what kind of different strategies that we're using from the Conor McGregor's and the Volkanovskis. We're seeing a little bit more uppercuts and just the aggressiveness of Zyaf. It's just working to his benefit. Able to get those left hooks very nicely. Third straight time he's able to land it.
Yeah, Jamie's starting to let his hands go because he feels that pressure coming in, right? He knows Zyaf will be there to be hit. The Marab Volish Willie pick is an awesome one. He is a tiny little tank, man. He's got unlimited cardio. He can take punches. He's got pretty good striking stats. And if they do decide to wrestle, Marab Volish Willie has all the stats you need to do it. But we'll see. That would be very interesting if it goes to the ground because Suave Jamie, potentially the best grappler in these kind of high competitive level situations because he has the striking also to back it up and set up his takedowns.
Yeah, and so far already we're seeing like the head health just deplete instantly from Sandhagen, and Suave Jamie doing such a nice job of just, you know, like instead of going forward and like lunging for his strikes, he's standing still, he's letting those animations go super fast, and he's like holding his ground. That's what I love to see. Use that to your advantage and try to make it work for yourself. But those pull uppercuts are just damn deadly when you get hit so many times.
Yeah, you can see the cut open up on Corey Sandhagen already. It's a very interesting matchup in terms of this is the first time today we've been down at 135. We've seen a lot of fights be pretty high activity, but they go into about the middle of the second round before one fighter's broken down, head health low enough to get the finish. This fight may be a little bit slower pace, honestly. Even though we see the cuts opened up or whatever, not a lot of head damage. We may see our first decision of the day, especially if we start getting some grappling. But Zyaf lands a big uppercut, says, screw decisions, man. I'm landing punches.
Dude, if there's any fight that goes to a decision, I will apologize to everyone in the chat because there's no way we're not gonna knock out a submission. These guys are too much of home run hitters in this contest where they're just gonna let it go to a decision. We might see some ground game, but it's all gonna be about the overhands. It's gonna be about the uppercuts. Who is gonna put that much damage? I guarantee we're gonna see at least a doctor stoppage before we see a dang decision here because it's gonna be insane to see.
Yeah, and Jamie was doing work there against the cage. Zyaf was covering up with his block, but Jamie was landing huge power shots on the block, depleting it, getting Zyaf's head health and block super low. Zyaf able to get out of there at the last minute, but definitely a good amount of damage coming through for Suave Jamie.
Yeah, and I'm worried about Suave Jamie because if he gets to the block cage, is he going to try to slip? And is he going to do it preemptively? Because now that leaves like a 50-50 chance if you're trying to get a little bit too predictive. We know Zyaf has been able with that head kick to decipher what your opponent's doing, but you saw all of it mostly on blue side. Zyaf taking most of the striking and the significant strikes in that first round.
Yeah, I saw Zyaf throwing some big shots, looking for like a slip head kick, those kinds of things, like a big counter. I think maybe partially we're looking at the ping, right? When you're at this higher ping, you have to anticipate what's about to happen. And Zyaf has so much experience playing at high ping against high-level players. He's had so many rivalries against those kids from Ireland who are so good at the game. So definitely in a comfort zone for him. But Suave Jamie as well, very much ready to go. Breaks through the block with that overhand. I love to see the overhand coming through.
Clean as a whistle. You saw like a full moon golf swing onto the dome of Zyaf's wrestler in so far. Oh my god, the uppercut did nothing, but a straight shot from Sandhagen will do so nice. I'm excited to see what Jamie's feeling in his back. His striking, the depletion, the detonation, the striking has been pitch perfect so far.
About 70 consecutive strikes thrown for Corey Sandhagen there. Great management of the stamina throughout all that for Suave Jamie. Landing the big slip. He slipped a straight punch from Zyaf. Got the whole sequence started there. And then from there got so much work done. Zyaf still in this fight. Still very much in it. But his block is so low. His head health is low. He's got to make a miracle happen. He's got to find a big action to come back. He's not going to be able to go punch for punch with Suave Jamie at this point.
And he tried to go for a head kick, which I like, tried to change it up a little bit. I would love to see a knee too, maybe a leg kick. But again, when you're so close to this phone booth, any type of trade, that blockade is going to go bye-bye. Like instantly, right there, perfect timing with the right hook. And now ground and pound, how do you do? And he stands back out. That's very smart.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to get the finish there maybe, but more than anything else, he knows blood is in the water. He's going for the kill. The fight is over. Suave Jamie says, you call me a grappler? You call me a grappler? Knocks out Zyaf, takes over the fight with his striking. Great performance from him. 1-0 to start this set.
Suave shark doo 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 doo. Suave shark doo doo doo. I mean, he smelled blood in the water and he executed so nicely. That is something that you love to see. And like with the block gauge, the block breaking, the striking that he had, and just taking his time. Even though he saw like earlier in the first round, he saw an ankle pick takedown being implemented, and he was able to defend that. He was ready for any kind of different variable situation that he was going to able to try to deal with in that situation. So good on Suave Jamie to be 1-0, but now this is where the real fight begins. Zyaf with his back against the wall. We've seen him do it once before in the last round. Can he run it back and get the reverse sweep to possibly make it to the finals?
Yeah, and it looks like something's going on with Suave Jamie's stream. I think maybe a little bit of an internet outage. I'm in contact with him now, so we'll figure out what's going on. He says the whole power is down on his road.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that is unfortunate if that's the case. We'll see if maybe it's just a momentary thing. So I guess we'll have a little time to kill here. Unfortunately, we can't run another fight because the next two fights are going to be determined by who wins and loses this set. So we're stuck in purgatory.
Well, you know what we could absolutely talk about? What has been like the most surprising fight so far to you? Like what took you by surprise, or what was the most interesting fight that you had so far in your inaugural Killer Cup?
Yeah, man. Well, I think there was nothing that was going to surprise me going into this. I think the way they were all matched up, they're such high-level players, I thought anything can happen. What is more surprising maybe is that it went by paint. Like the 1 seed beat the 8 seed, the 4 seed beats the 5 seed, the 2 seed beats the 7 seed, and the 3 seed beats the 6 seed. So everyone kind of performed up to the highest potential that they have, which is not too surprising, but at the same time, in a game that's this hectic, this manic, to see that everybody is kind of doing their best work is it's impressive to see. It's good to see.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Since it's been going by paint, would you want to give a prediction that it's going to go fully like paint throughout the whole way? Like Suave Jamie going against Swiss Lieback, Zyaf takes it back, and then we see a BlakeTylerr versus Zyaf finals? Like, are we saying it's going to be that kind of chalk matchup, like a little bit March Madness right there?
It could be chalk. Thank you. That's the term I was looking for. Yeah, this fight series, Suave Jamie looks so good in that matchup. Obviously, once they get the reset, Zyaf's going to be, he's always shown the propensity to adapt and adjust, and we saw that in his matchup with the Bathing Ash, where he not only lost the first fight, but he was getting smashed in the second fight, having a real tough time with the Bathing Ash, was able to pull off the win there and come from behind and get it done.
Yeah, and that's, again, all professionals, all pros in the game. They know this game inside out more than I would ever know. I'm just a hype man that loves this kind of action and kind of like what goes through their thought process of everything. So if it goes to chalk, it'd be very interesting, but I would love to see an upset. Just give me one upset. If we're not going to have women's strawweight or doctor stoppage, give me some upsets. Let me upset the card and just like go crazy. Let me see a flying knee. Let me see a rolling thunder, damn it. Let me see Clay Guida in the finals. I want chaos to reign in this Killer Cup inaugural tournament with 500 smackaroos on the line. It's nothing but good vibes. And also shout out to the chat. I know we see you out there. Z, I see you. Boiler, my guy, ESFL, everyone here. And if you're just lurking, we hope you're having a good ass time. And again, you could check the VOD a little bit later this week because Luber is going to have it on his YouTube channel. Hello. He's a content creator. Look it up. He's content creating. It's so great. And also, I'm here. I'm Kingsley. I work with the ESFL and I do commentary. Also, ESFLW may be coming back. Who knows? But I also do some of the UFC stuff. But it's all good vibes. All great stuff. I'm gonna shut up now because I feel like
you're good. You're good. You're helping me quite a bit, dude. I appreciate it. Let's go. Guys, just to keep you guys updated, Suave Jamie's internet went out right after he got that win in the first fight against Zyaf. He just got back to me with a message. That's why I stopped mid-sentence. So we're giving him a minute. We're going to figure out what we're doing. I think, honestly, worst case scenario, we could pause the tournament and come back another day. We could also have Zyaf advance via DQ. and take on BlakeTylerr in the finale here. I don't know. What do you guys in chat think? It sucks. This is not an ideal situation. I want to be fair to everyone, but at the same time,
well, you could call this Infinity War, Killer Cup, Infinity War. Then the last part would be Killer Cup Endgame. Like everyone loves cliffhangers, right, chat? You love cliffhangers and all that stuff. Leave you with anticipation and all that stuff. But again, if we do have a little bit of a minute, I feel like it's only right that we talk about like what's going on. If people are just come in here and check out the tournament, what's on the line? What's the bracket? What's the best ofs and all that stuff here, Luber?
Yeah, no submissions yet in this whole event, right? That's pretty interesting. I think that initially there was an outcry of how overpowered submissions are, but once the top players kind of got to play around with it, they learned most of the animations. They learned the strategy that the submissions hunters are going to be looking for, and it's also been such a striking affair. These guys are so good at defending takedowns. Nobody's really extending themselves and taking risks to get it to the ground. They're taking smart takedown attempts, but it's not a lot of them, right? We're not seeing it go to the ground that often, so we're not seeing that many scrambling sequences when somebody might be able to find an opportunity for a submission. So very interesting to see how UFC 5 is playing out in the competitive scene.
And I would say thank God for Twitter or X, because all the knowledge I known has been coming from Marshall Mind, because he's like, oh yeah, you just hit R1 and that drains like people's stamina, or you could do something differently to like combat that. I was like, oh, okay. That's kind of sick. I would have never known that as a casual player. So shout outs to social media. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's a helpful place, but with UFC 5 coming along and, the support of it, and along with the fight weeks and all the things that are going along, I'm excited to see what people put their spin on it, what it's going to be their signature style. And again, this is very, very early. You see in other fight games that you see the first initial patch, and you see like a different kind of play style, but once a game gets a little long in the tooth, you see it be like a complete 180 a la UFC 4, which was a whole bunch of like, oh yeah, do arm bars, do the mini games. Now it went to stand and bang and all that stuff. I'm excited to see the evolution of the Killer Cup and UFC fight in general, along with our community. So a lot of good stuff here, Luber.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting kind of progress that we've seen into the way that people take these big events. We had the UFC Summer Series and stuff in UFC 4. We had a lot of these tournaments at the end of UFC 3, these cash tournaments, and there was always so much excitement for them because I think the ESFL, I love it. I love the excitement that show brings, and people can get pumped up for that, but there is a lot of competition for people out there. So when you have a little bit extra on the line, when you have these storylines in a tournament, yeah, man, I was super excited for this thing. It's too bad, obviously, if this was a real MMA event and we were trying to do a one-day tournament and somebody gets injured, right, and can't continue, you have backups in place, or maybe you just have somebody go through with a bye. So this is the risk in the tournament, right, because we've already invested in seeing Jamie and how far he can go, but it's looking like he might have a hard time competing here. So we're going to give him a few more minutes and try to figure out what's the best way to end this thing on a high note and make sure that everyone has a fun, fair competition. We get a winner out of this thing.
There must be a winner. Sooner or later, we're gonna get a winner, because we know that everyone who came in here tried to fight. It's sometimes it's out of people's controls, and that's what happens when you have live tournaments. Sometimes it's the absolute amazing thing. It's a blessing and a curse sometimes. Like Luber knows, I know, everyone who has run a UFC or a wrestling tournament or a fighting game tournament knows that sometimes these are hardships. But to leave it on a high note, I would say just the fact that we're able to be together, talk about our love for the game, our love for mixed martial arts, and possibly talk, like, also there's a UFC pay-per-view here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna see two champions or interim champions. Like there's big stuff happening for the UFC. So like you want to talk about that? I mean, who you got? Who you got, Luber? I know you do watch alongs and all that stuff.
Yeah, dude, we'll get into it. That's a good idea. Hardship here, but then we got friendship as well, and then a championship later. There's all sorts of ships. There's lots of ships. Guys, let me kill a little bit of time. Let me yap away at you guys for a second. So I don't know, maybe the pay-per-view, a lot of people have been excited for it. If you guys want to hang out, I'm going to be doing a fight companion. So every week I make picks. I pick who I think's going to win each fight. Sometimes I do good. Last time I did it, I did embarrassingly bad. You guys can make your own picks, play along. We'll do some drinking, maybe smoke a little, hang out and watch the fight. So that's coming up. I got in the co-main, I got Aspinall. In the main event, I got Alex Pereira. What about you, Kingsley?
Shoot, you know what? I don't know what it is, but I think Yuri, he's just gonna come back, and nothing has told me otherwise that he's gonna be less than what he was. I mean, there was a reason why he was jammed. Granted, it was against Glover Teixeira, and that was a very close matchup, but I feel like he has the opportunity against a different opponent who's gonna be sanding bang a little bit more against a person like Alex Pereira. I feel like Yuri might take it back. As for the co-main, I'm gonna go with Sergey. I love Tom Aspinall and what he does for like UFC London. Like he's always like the headliner for it. I feel like he always puts a good showing, but Sergey, I feel like he might take it home. Also, if I can, the co-main, shouts to ESFL. I'm gonna go with Mackenzie Dern. I feel like Mackenzie Dern, she's due. Like if she gets that submission, I want her to fight for a championship sometime in the future. It's her time finally. She's been so hyped for so long, and she's been going through like a long road of just going through like so many stuff in her personal life and her MMA career. If she's able to win against Jessica Andrade, who needs to pick it back up a little bit more, I would love to see Mackenzie Dern fight for a title.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like watching Mackenzie Dern fight. They like watching her weigh in as well. It's she's developed quite the fanfare for sure. I'm not a huge fan of Lady MMA, but though that is a very good fight, there's a reason it's on the pay-per-view. I am excited for tonight's card, man. It's one of those where like you don't maybe know everybody on the prelims, but everybody's good. They're all very, very high level fighters, and that usually means we're gonna get good fights, right? Guys who are not gonna gas out or fight sloppy or anything like that. Just an update for you guys. Suave Jamie's talking to me. He just got a hold of a friend of his. He's going to run over there to play the games. So we're going to have a little delay. I'm going to ask him how long. We're going to get a minute estimate.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out what we're doing from there.
For sure. But going on your point of just like cards like these that may not have like the biggest star power, I feel like early prelims and preliminary cards, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they're free on ESPN Plus or whatever. But just like seeing people who have like so like low stakes but also have everything to fight for, like they're fighting for contracts. It's like another version of like Dana White's Contender Series, where if they get a big win, they're up into the main card or going to a main event at a UFC fight night or possibly. But if you lose, it's so detrimental. So to go through their stories and just seeing like who's fighting for what, who has like the best stare downs in the preliminaries, who wants it to like get it done, that I feel like that's what makes like these kind of cards like so freaking special. And I'm excited. Like I'm excited to know who Jared Gordon is gonna do against Mark, what Joshua Van is gonna do against Kevin Borjas. Like all of these guys have something to do. Tabitha Ritchie, I've been a big fan of hers. I want to see what she does against Olivia Godinez. Like that's gonna be a good ass fight. Can't wait to see it. And that's gonna be like the second prelim. I don't know what you call it, prelim co-main, but that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm excited to see what goes down the whole fight. Could be cool. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, dude, it's an awesome set of fights. All right, I think we're gonna get a time estimate from Suave Jamie. What I'm actually gonna do, guys, we're gonna take a little intermission, a 10-minute intermission. I'll have a countdown going. When we come back, we should be good to go. Maybe we'll have a few minutes we gotta kill, but we'll be able to resume the tournament. We'll be able to get back into it. If I can find the right screen, there we go. So this bracket, this tournament, it's gonna be preserved. We're gonna take a break. Suave Jamie's gonna find a power source so that he can play some Xbox or some PlayStation, and we can get this fight done. And then we'll have our third place fight, our main events. We still got a lot of action in front of us. Appreciate you guys hanging out, and maybe set a timer on your phone. Go in there, go to the clock, say 10 minutes from now. Go take a leak. Go get some snacks for the pay-per-view, and then
get some gummy worms for me, please. I need some gummy worms so
get
bad.
Kingsley some gummy worms.
Hell yeah.
And we'll be back in a little bit. Appreciate you guys. Yo. All right, we're back. I had some music playing for you guys, some nice lo-fi, but then I muted the desktop so nobody could hear it. But I appreciate everyone who's been hanging out. We're gonna talk through the next like 5 minutes or whatever. Let people cycle back into the stream. Status update: Suave Jamie, soaked in rain, sprinting through the streets, trying to find a place to play some PlayStation. So we got something, a light at the end of the tunnel here. I'm sure a lot of you guys are loading up the UFC pay-per-view prelims. I'm sure John Anik and the guys are getting going on that. So a lot going on tonight. I'll pull, looks like Kingsley's still hanging out, so I'll pull him in. And we'll get back to action here. But we also have to kill a little time, let Jamie get his cardio back after he gets to his buddy's house. So we got some time to kill. Let me see what Kingsley's up to. Kingsley, you there, man?
Hey, you asked and I shall arrive.
Nice. How about this? If anyone is in chat, if they're looking to get a fight in, we can broadcast it. We can get an exhibition match in. So anyone in the Discord, or if you're not in the Discord already, get in there, and maybe we'll set up a fight or something while we're killing some time. What have you been doing with your little intermission here?
Shoot, I had a cookie, which I'm very happy about. Like, I feel very satisfied with the cookie. It didn't get any gum worms. Very disappointing in you guys in chat. You didn't send any of them like towards me. But just hanging around, trying to see what the UFC prelims are working with. I haven't yet opened it up, but I'm just making sure everything's all set for my night tonight because I'm excited for all the fights, all the good stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to see how a soaking wet Suave Jamie is going to be going against Zyaf. In the second match, hopefully it'll get going fairly soon. But I'm excited nonetheless that we still have a chance to have it the one night tournament instead of having a cliffhanger,
Yeah, I'm guessing we got like another 5 to 10 minutes before Jamie's ready to go here, but he is working on it, so we are gonna get the conclusion that we're hoping for.
Cool.
Ben Jamie asked exhibitions ? In the chat. Yeah, man, if you're looking to get a fight, if you can get a stream going against one of these high level players, by all means. We are looking for something to watch. Especially if anyone is already in the ESFL, has some experience. I think Benjamin, you're pretty good, right? I've seen you around quite a bit.
Hey. Wait, Luber, do you have Xbox or PS5?
I'm on Xbox, dude. I would love to smash your face
son
in.
of a.
I know.
You would, and it would be hilarious. I would be trying to psych you out with my soothing tongue, but
I would hop on. I would hop on right now and get some fights in, but I'm worried my computer will crash.
Oh no, issues. Dude! I've been in that same situation when it comes to streaming. You just do one more thing and it just completely craps everything out. It's the worst feeling. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I would hate for something to go wrong in this tournament. I don't want to cause any delays or anything.
For sure, and my face would be saved of embarrassment because you would just 3-0 me easily. It won't even take. It would probably take 3.5 seconds for you to defeat me, but I would just hug your legs and just see what happens.
I mean, I couldn't throw enough punches in 3.5 seconds to end it, but maybe 28, 29 seconds.
Well, if you use the Mike Tyson, then maybe, because the guy bobbing and waving would just boop boop bop body shots. I'm done. I ain't no Buster Douglas, man. Get mollywopped.
Indeed. So we will get back to this tournament. Proper Hustler, good to see you in the chat, man. Just to everyone tuning in, wondering what's going on, we're waiting for Suave Jamie. His power got cut out, so the man is running across the country of Ireland. Not Happy Gilmore. What's the Tom Hanks movie where he does the running? And everything else.
No. Forrest Gump. You almost made me say Happy Gilmore.
I know, I pulled you right into that.
God dang, man. Not Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, no, Suave Jamie's doing his Forrest Gump thing, running across the countryside, trying to find a PlayStation to get this done. So we'll get into it. But yeah, guys, let's talk a little bit more about the fights tonight. I got the picks ready to go. These are my predictions. The predictions, I've been doing them since I came back to streaming 2 months ago. And up until last week, I was crushing it. I was getting every pick, not every pick right, but I was beating Vegas. I was beating the AI fight picking algorithms. I was basically unstoppable, and then I got stopped pretty hard last week. But do you ever gamble on fights, Kingsley?
I can't because my career won't let me. And that's the kind of honest truth. I always thought about maybe one day, but then I realized in my contract for where I have to work, like legit, I cannot bet anywhere involving sports. So I just do it. Well, I don't do it. Just like I know this is live, guys. I don't do it. I don't gamble or anything. But it's fun to take part to like guess like, would the over under work with that? Or like who do I think will win? I think it's more interesting for me because I can't do it. Just trying to figure out like what's gonna be KO of the night, what's gonna be fight of the night. Because I feel like going for who's gonna win, that's like sliced bread. That's bread and butter. Everyone knows how to do that. But trying to get to the minutia, to the prop picks, I feel like that's the fun part of it. So if I had to like do a little bit of quote unquote not gambling, I would say my fight of the night will be Lopez versus Sabatini in the featherweight division. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Lopez, since he showed up in the UFC, he came in on short notice and he almost submitted, I forget the guy's name, but crazy Mokaev or whatever. And then his next fight, he was a killer too. I think he's also considered one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners in the sport. I could be wrong about that, but he definitely shows a lot of danger from his back, which is fun to see. And then Pat Sabatini is a masher. It's a good pick for fight of the night.
Sometimes a blind duck gets a piece of cheese once in a while. He just floats in the water and able to pick a very good one here or there. But like all these fights have fight of the night potential. It's just like, how many submissions are we gonna get? Because I feel like Mackenzie Dern, if she wins, it's definitely gonna be by submission. But like, I'm looking at like maybe the prelims have like heavy submission potential. But would you say it's gonna be more decisions than submissions or knockouts? How are you feeling about this whole card?
Submissions are kind of rare these days, other than the rear naked choke. When one grappler is just way better than the other, it's kind of, I mean, it happens obviously frequently. I saw actually on Reddit and then on Twitter, somebody collected all the historical submissions in the UFC. I saw one for just chokes and then one for all submissions, and like 60% of submission finishes are rear naked choke, which is crazy.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So those, I don't know, those aren't that exciting, but every other submission is like, it's more exciting than a knockout half the time. Just crazy arm bars or triangle chokes. I don't know, man. I don't think it's a huge part of the sport anymore, but it is definitely an exciting part. I think, other than that Rebecca fight or whatever, all the fights are really close, which is kind of rare. It seems like a lot of times the UFC is trying to build up prospects and they give them easy fights or whatever. But a fight card like this, it's just like good fights. They're not worried about who's going to win. They just want to see people throw down.
And, there's also like the variable factors, right? Like, say if this was at the UFC Apex, like, okay, then, it's whatever. They're just going to go through their daily motions because it's just like being at their gyms. The fact that this whole card is at Madison Square Garden and they're going to be fighting under the bright lights of the likes of Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Money Mayweather, Conor McGregor, all the legends. That has to be like another factor of like who's going to show up in the spotlight and try to do something crazy. Like who's going to try to get those 50 G's or try to get Dana to put them in more favorable positions. So I'm excited to see how people try to introduce themselves to like the mixed martial arts community, because it's going to be a hell of a night for fight fans everywhere.
Good fucking news for everyone.
Whoop whoop.
Sorry,
we got gummy worms.
Yeah, I typed it halfway through. I'm like, oh,
we got gummy worms, people. Don't worry. We have a delay for 15 more minutes, but I have some gummy worms. You're welcome, people. Let's go.
No, but the big news, Suave Jamie has arrived in the arena. He's at his friend's house. Apparently, he stepped in dog shit on the way there, but it did not slow him down.
No way. That has to be like a buff. Like, that has to be the dog poop buff. Like, now this guy has a purpose. He's willing to go through dog poop to put this work on people. Are you kidding me? Let's go. He's a trooper.
The greatest MMA analytical minds have never really had to process that, right? What happens when a fighter steps in poo on his way to the fight?
Oh, my God. Like, the fact that you have to be in the zone and get, like, mentally ready to knock someone the hell out. The fact that you stepped the dog, like, already, you're already pissed because you're ruining, like, maybe some good sneakers, maybe some good Crocs, who knows. But that's going to take a while to, like, get ready. Now you have to think, like, after this damn fight, now I got to deal with this bullshit. Oh, you're ready to end the night quickly and get this shit over with. So I'm excited to see. And you know what? Saddest thing is, his night's not even over. These guys are going to either be placed in the third place match or the finale. So either way, he still has to stay in that dog shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. No update yet as to what his footwear was. You assume running across the street, running down the neighborhood, he's got some kind of jogging shoes, something lightweight.
Oh.
That's going to get in the crevices, man. You're going to be dealing with that until it dries out, which is a nasty process of its own. He's at a buddy's house. Those shoes are going to be sitting there. It's really a testament to the moral fortitude, the mental determination that Suave Jamie has coming into this tournament, really working through the factors to get this fight going.
I am so proud that Ben Jammy in the chat said Air Force, because I was definitely thinking, like, if it's some Air Force Ones, like the Black Bear Air Force Ones, like limited edition ones, like, damn, that's tough. You're even more mad, but the fights are going to be crazy. I can't wait to see how it all goes down, but holy hot damn, am I excited that we're actually going to be seeing some fights. It's going to be cool. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and I assume Zyaf is getting the stream set up. I'm losing my voice. That's how long we've been at this. No, this
hey, I got you. I got a voice for both of us. I got you.
My man. It's actually been a very fast-moving tournament. The delay, obviously, I appreciate you guys hanging out, powering through it. But, it's one of those things where this tournament could have been 6 hours long just from delays as you go throughout. It's been actually very fast-moving, so I appreciate everybody hanging in there. I'm just getting the stream ready, but do you think so? Jamie did, if you remember correctly, Jamie was not only did he get that win against Zyaf, he was dominating. He picked the longer fighter, he kept it standing, and he won on the feet. What do you think Zyaf's strategy is going to be going into this next fight?
Oh, that's gonna be a tricky thing, because he tried to go for the ankle pick, right, for the takedown, and that didn't really work out to its benefit. So maybe you try to go for more of it, like, who has longer range than Sandhagen? He's gonna have to figure that out. Like, if he's able to play the range game and try to be a little bit more comfortable, what he did against his previous opponent, then maybe he has a chance to fully adapt. But again, Suave Jamie could outthink that. It becomes like a mind game in the fire selection screen. We've seen it so many times before. If he's going longer range, do you try to go shorter range, or do you try to outplay it? Like, there's so many variables when you try to play that kind of a chess game. So for him, it's going to be all about, can you actually successfully get a takedown? Can you keep him down there? And can you get your opponents back to the cage where you could limit his range of, like, getting out of your strikes and able to land that vicious uppercut or maybe a head kick to put your guy down?
Yeah, I mean, I saw in that first fight, Zyaf was looking for some home run shots, right? He threw a head kick after trying to predict a straight punch coming in. He's trying to, hack into Suave Jamie. What do they call it? Download the information.
Yeah, like instant download complete. Yeah. I would say for him, like, trying to download his opponent, for him, he's going to, like, as you said, he was trying to go for home run hits. That's not his style. His style is getting the single, getting the RBI double, being a Derek Jeter. You need to be Derek Jeter in that fight. You need to be consistent as possible, because one little mistake, one little tidbit that you give into the hand of Suave Jamie, he's going to take advantage of it, and that's going to play into Suave Jamie's game plan, which we already know. Just block break, make it all done, and just try to get him down to where you could get some ground and pound situations. And we got a message in the chat from Suave Jamie that he made it for the lads. Let's go. Just wash it up with some prime. You got it, man. You're a legend.
Not only is he ready to go, the whole lobby set up ready to go. This fight is ready to go. 1-0 lead for Suave Jamie. The guy ran halfway across the country to get the second fight in, and we'll see what they do here. We're back at bantamweight. We spun the wheel before this fight. We landed on bantamweight, so they're going to be locked into this division. And look at Zyaf going right to the Piotr Jan.
Okay, a Piotr Jan with the kicks. Oh, Chito Vera? What in the world? Okay, I like this match. Oh, wait, no, he's coming back. Oh, the mirror match. All right, never mind.
Yeah, it's an interesting switch for Suave Jamie. Instead of going with Corey Sandhagen, he switches to Jan. So he definitely has something he saw here to make that reaction and change up his fighter pick. Wonder what it is.
Yeah, but here we go. Hey, Loomer, we actually have fights. It's actually happening. That's crazy. I'm excited to see what Zyaf does in the first sentence, because now the range game, it's even. Now you have no excuses. You can dip, duck, and dive and try to get into your opponent's range. And he's already used it with a nice combination of a two-piece to follow it up. He's in his bag right now.
Yeah, both guys standing toe-to-toe, throwing three pieces, and then defensively, it's hard to react already in the game. With the way tracking works, with the way the head movement's been kind of changed, you can't really get hit and react the same way you could in previous games. And with the ping delay and with the way these guys throw combinations, it is super dangerous. As soon as you see these two come together, don't blink, because they're throwing heat.
Don't blink, and for Zyaf, be consistent. You had your opponents back to the cage a little bit. You were backing them up. What can you do? And he switches to a southpaw. Very interesting. So maybe that is something to get his opponent uncomfortable. Maybe try to lead with the right side, with the right fist. And it's working. He's able to land some of these shots. So maybe just to confuse Suave Jamie a little bit with his stance.
Yeah, the lead hook right away, you see Zyaf going to it. Maybe that is the reason why he switched stances there, to get that lead hook going. He switches back, so just giving him different looks too as well, trying to find some kind of... Oh!
How did he miss that? There's no way he should have missed that. But again, Zyaf, this is where you have to take opportunities. Those little instances where you see your opponent making mistakes, make sure you get some positive advantages, get some positive strikes, get some feedback, get those counters in, and it's working well. This is what we see. Second fight, Zyaf, it's a real damn thing. Oh, but the overhand.
Yeah, he went for it on that overhand. Both guys trying to set up reads, I think. At this point, both guys have a pretty good idea of what their opponent's doing and reacting, and they're both so good at adjusting on the fly that it almost might become more like a guessing game, right? Whatever read you have might not be relevant in the next exchange, because both guys have fought each other so much and they know the meta and they know what the opponent's thinking. It's crazy to see players like this go at it in this mirror match too. I know a lot of casual fans don't like the mirror match. I think in terms of like long-term watching esports, you don't want to see too many mirror matches, but right now these two people locked in on Piotr Jan, going toe-to-toe. This is a good damn fight.
Yeah, but the counterpoint to play devil's advocate with mirror matches is that now all the stats are the same. There's no excuses. It's all about what you do with the skills. So there's no excuse like, oh, my fighter had longer reach. Oh, my fighter had better ground game. Oh, my fighter had better striking. Everything's the same. So now you can really see who's the best with the controller. So that's what they're trying to find out. If it's all same, who gets the betterment of the doubt and who takes advantage of their striking? Right there is the home run shot. Maybe not a home run shot, but an RBI double. That's what he needs to do. Don't get too careless. Yeah. Just, you got him on base, and there we go. Now we got another single. We got guys on the corners in the second round, and he's ready to score with a knockdown very soon.
I do think there is something wrong with using the most boring sport in the world to describe the action in the most exciting sport in the world.
It works though. Doesn't it work?
You can't be using baseball meta. No, it's not.
I swear to God, I will use golf, and it would be the most boring shit you ever see in your life. But right now, if we want to make it interesting, right now we're seeing Trae Young pass the ball. He's not trying to do everything on his own. He has team. He could use the right hook. He could use the head kick whenever. Just change it up a little bit, especially with his southpaw stance. Maybe that's something Suave Jamie has to take account for. And right now, he's backing up a little bit more than we've seen in the first round. And it works like that for Zyaf as he gets the ground and pound.
Yeah, damn. Big finish for Zyaf. He had a huge lead at the end of the first round in terms of facial damage, right? You saw the red health bar by Jamie's head. Zyaf just stuck with the head hunting, and he found the finish there. Good slip, but also good job of just breaking him down throughout the course of that fight. Very quickly, very efficient. Huge win for Zyaf, so I need to remind these guys now it's a 5-round fight. So I'll send them both a message here.
I have a sneaky suspicion we ain't going 5 rounds.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that, Luber, because these guys said, bump it. We're going for blood. We are swimming with the sharks, and we want to make sure that we know that we're in the building. There's money on the line. There's at least $100 on the line for both of these competitors, and so far, this is going to be the real telling situation. You go back to Peter Yan? Do you go back to Sandhagen? Do you try to use someone else? Sean O'Malley, he's the champ for a reason. But Zyaf going back to Peter Yan, will we see the same situation for Suave Jamie?
Yeah, we see Jamie going the Chito Vera pick. I love it. Marlon Vera, one of the most interesting guys in MMA, if you ask me. Very stylish dude, very funny dude. Going to be challenging for the belt. Don't see him a lot, but he does have the tools to compete with anybody in the meta of UFC 5. He is a very, very good fighter at bantamweight. You get a little extra length, a little bit better kicks. than you would with Piotr Jan, and I guess that's his plan, to take advantage of those tools.
And that was the thing that won Suave Jamie in the first fight, right? The range game. The range game was such a big detriment to Zyaf that he wasn't able to fully enter in his opponent's like atmosphere. So that's why he tried to go for ankle picks. That's why he tried to go for takedowns. If Zyaf's finding a way in, he needs to suffer some punches in these trades. And that's what he's doing right now. But so far, Suave Jamie, he's taking the center octagon. He's not moving back anymore. He's going straight to his opponent's face and he's connecting.
Yeah, the winner of this fight goes to the main event, to the championship, for a chance to win that first prize. The loser will be playing for third place, so everything on the line here. Jamie, I think right away you're seeing getting his hands going a little bit earlier. Maybe more confidence because of the reach advantage. Feels like he has the opportunities to throw the jab out there and get his combos going. Whereas before he was exchanging more evenly and kind of losing those exchanges. Now he's beating the crap out of Zyaf. He is off to a very good start here.
Very good start, and just moving forward. If Zyaf just stays there and tries to go for a takedown there, and that's when you know that he's got Zyaf's number, because he went for the takedown. He didn't do it consistently as he did in the first fight, but now with everything's on the line, this is where you're like, okay, you tried to switch it up. You went to switch stance in the last fight. Can you get a takedown? Not able to get it. What does that do for a mental effect? He's connecting now, but it's gonna be very close.
Yeah, he turned Zyaf into a wrestler, huh? It's very, because if it does go to the ground, the dynamic of the fight could change very quickly. But right now, Zyaf has to find some kind of offense if he wants to keep Jamie from just walking through him. Because Jamie is landing good shots, power shots. He's landing range establishing shots, and he's not getting countered at all.
Now, this is where patience is going to be a virtue, right? Like, you always want to attack. You want to attack, and try to find the right way to slip. But it's in these moments where you're getting hit with a combination. Are you going to stay patient enough to take these hits, but also give some of your own, to not be frazzled in the moment? And that's what Zyaf needs to do. Because right now, those jabs, those uppercuts are working! And Zyaf, stay patient enough! Can he actually? No way he actually does this. No way he has enough to. Oh my God! What did I say? He's a favorite for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. A favorite!
Wow, out of nowhere lands the big combo. Left hook at the end to put him down. And then in that ground and pound sequence, he tripled up on the straight shots. 1, 2, 3 strikes in a row. Jamie was not ready for it, couldn't slip it, couldn't get out of trouble. And Zyaf comes from behind, gets the big dub. He's moving on to the finals. Wow, what a performance.
Patience is a mother effing virtue, ladies and gentlemen. And also, before we do anything, first and foremost, shout outs for Suave Jamie for getting his power like turned off, running all the way down the street just to go to his friend's place to even participate and keep this tournament going. Huge respect to you, because my goodness, I would have just quit if I accepted some dog poop, but kudos to you. But Zyaf, he's the one who took it, and he's the one who's going to go to the finals. And it was all based on the fact that he stayed patient in that third fight. He changed up his solution. He didn't try to stay predictable as always. Turned a little bit to a wrestler, but able to get it done with his hands in general. And now our third place match and our first place match is all set.
Yeah, and the plan right now is to go into our third place match, Swiss Sliebacks versus Suave Jamie. Jamie had to run so far to his buddy's house to get that fight going, jumped straight into it for us. I really appreciate him doing that so quickly. I would feel bad making him go straight into this third place fight where he's going to be fighting for $50 on top of what he's earned already. So, I'm going to communicate with the guys a little bit, see what's going on, and then we'll jump into our next fight. It does look like BlakeTylerr and Zyaf are ready. If they want to run it first, I'll just message the guys and see what they want to do. But odds are we're going to take about a minute here. We're going to let Jamie recover a bit, and then we'll go into our third place fight.
He is the real life Vanessa Carlton. He walked 1,000 miles to give you guys this good ass tournament content. So be sure to like show him your love, show him all the respect that you can give him. Because honestly, that's real good stuff. Kudos to him, and kudos for everyone for working with us, and kudos for all of you guys for staying here in the chat, into the stream. Uber Libre, he does a couple streams. He has a YouTube channel, and maybe this could be an inaugural thing or an annual thing. That's what I was trying to see. 2023, there might be a 2024. If you guys support it, who knows? We'll have to find out. But
you're so clever.
Again,
you figured out the code.
Have I done this for a while?
Once a year.
It's crazy because I used to be so bad at this, but then I done it so many times, I failed so many times. I'm like, okay, I kind of got it. I kind of got where we need to go. But again, BlakeTylerr versus Zyaf YT, because he has a YouTube spoiler in a best of 5, if I'm correct.
Yeah, so we are going to go into the championship fight first. We'll let
Woo!
Jamie recover a little bit here. And I think Swiss might have stepped away, so we'll get a chance for those guys to get the fight set up. But it is time. Zyaf, it's not on the bracket. Sorry, I didn't update it, guys. We'll update it between fights or whatever. But BlakeTylerr versus Zyaf, 5 fights, 5 rounds each. We're going to spin the wheel right now and figure out what weight class it's going to be at. That's not what it's supposed to look like.
Spin the wheel, make a deal, people. Let's get women's strawweight. But that's not how the wheel's supposed to look.
No, only good weights. We took featherweight off because we got it 4 times in a row. Let's give this a spin here.
Come on, lightweight. I'm a god.
There it is. 5 fights at lightweight if we get there. Best of 5. Guys, I hope you're ready for this shit. It is about to go down. BlakeTylerr versus Zyaf for all the marbles. I think that lobby's ready to go too. Let me pull that up.
You know what? If there was ever a weight class for like a best of 5, this is kind of it. Because you have Justin Gaethje, you have Dustin Poirier, you have Islam Makhachev, you have like a bunch of like dogs in this weight class. So any fight style that you want, you can have it. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, boxing versus mixed martial arts with the kickboxing. I'm excited for this, Luber.
Yeah, man, I always say, so if you think about what the normal human being walks around at, in America, maybe it's a little heavier, right? But usually they're around 5'10", and if they were to cut weight, they cut down to about 155 pounds. This is, in my opinion, the premier division of MMA, of any weight cutting sport, around 155 pounds, where you get the best athletes, the most athletes. So great for this fight here, the best of 5, but also this matchup. Both guys are so good at striking and so good at grappling. Having that diversity of fighter choices for both of them, we get to see the full strategy come out, and it looks like they both are leading towards strikers, man. It looks like we're going to get the BMF title fight right here.
Oh, it's going to be that and a slobber knocker because, again, it's the number 1 seed in BlakeTylerr going against the number 2 seed in Zyaf YT. And with the Justin Gaethje pick, oh, good, just stunning, straight from BlakeTylerr. This is going to be real interesting because we know BlakeTylerr, he was able to dominate his opponents and able to, like, make it through without, like, many hiccups, while Zyaf had a bit of a bumpy road. Every single one of his, like, rounds was a reverse sweep. It had to be 1-2, but he was down 1 fight. So be interesting to see if BlakeTylerr could keep the consistency of getting Zyaf and learning about his like variables and his switch ups. Can he keep it consistent and get like multiple victories? Because not only do you need 2, you need 3.
Yeah, well, I asked Zyaf if he wanted to get into this fight right away, and he was down. I think he was feeling pretty good after that victory there in that last fight, and he won 2 in a row against Suave Jamie, which is not easy to do, even if the kid's gassed from running across the Irish countryside. But still, I think Zyaf feeling like he's in the zone here, feeling like he's ready to throw down with the best player, according to most people who watch the competitive scene in the game.
Ooh, oh my goodness, an elbow whiff to an overhand. That's kind of nasty. But that also like leads to another variable plan. Like, who would you rather be? The guy who's already coming off of a fight, already had like the hands warmed up, or would you like that little bit of time off to like mentally reset and get your mind ready in order to be in a best of 5 matchup, especially with all this money on the line?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a lot easier to go off a win into your next fight than a loss. That's one of the reasons we did want to give Jamie a little break there. So just, if you guys are tuning in, this is the finals. The winner of this wins the grand prize. They are the champion of the first inaugural Killer Cup. This is the first fight in the best of 5. All the fights are going to be at lightweight between between BlakeTylerr and Zyaf. Jamie and Swiss Slybacks are going to fight for 3rd place after this. We decided because Jamie had to go through some technical issues, give him a little break, and then they'll get that in right after the main event here. So sit down, buckle up, grab some snacks, and watch some crazy shit as Justin Gaethje goes for the Rolling Thunder. Zyaf coming out aggressive there.
Yeah, that's a big hitter. That's a 3-point shot right there that he wanted to go for. Try to go a little bit Steph Curry. But this is where he needs to be very careful because now he's going for overhands. and crazy maneuvers. Well, BlakeTylerr, all he needs is like a simple combination going to the second round, and he might be able to knock Zyaf out because that head health is blinking and it's very low. But look at that nasty cut on the left side of Gaethje.
I did mute you the first time you made a basketball reference or metaphor.
What?
Right after we talked
Why'd
about.
you mute me? I'm giving you gold, and you said, nah, I don't want filet mignon. I just want my chicken nuggies. Okay, I see how it is.
We can go with food metaphors. Food metaphors are good. No, you can stick with the basketball. It's all good. I appreciate you setting me up, being the point guard of the broadcast here while I figure out what the fuck's going on in the back.
Oh, did you mute yourself when you did that reference? Did you mute yourself? That would be really great. I want vengeance, damn it. But speaking of vengeance, Zyaf wants vengeance from that first round. Haha, segue.
That's well done, dude. You are a master of your art. Yeah, you can see the head health difference. Definitely the most important factor in this matchup so far is the way BlakeTylerr's been able to get to the head of Justin Gaethje, get some real good damage on Zyaf.
Yeah, and so far, like, in the oh my, we're back in the Matrix. This is Matrix Reloaded. We had Matrix the first part in the quarterfinals, but now we're just going to a full deep reloaded situation. And I'm liking what we're seeing from both guys. BlakeTylerr and Zyaf, they want to stay a little bit more center of the octagon, but who's gonna get that? Oh, the Superman punch with the blockade so low. Scary. It's still a little bit scary. I feel like one mistake, and that's gonna be all she wrote for this first fight.
Exactly. With this fight feels like we're sitting on a razor's edge. When they start pulling punches and stuff, both guys are right there. And look at that, the knockdown. He's going for the ground and pound. Good parry by Zyaf. He tried to predict exactly what was coming out there with the ping. They are kind of predicting in that situation, and Zyaf was able to get out of it. Again, oh, the leg kick though.
My leg, it hurts. But again, southpaw orthodox. Maybe he's not going to get the full power. That's an uppercut. We'll try to get the full power right there. Boy, BlakeTylerr, this is a perfect situation. He has the range, but good job for Sam trying to get the sidestep. But how many times can he fully get out?
Oh,
now, the 1-2. How do you do, Looper?
Yeah, with that Dustin Poirier pick, just piling it on too much for Zyaf to handle as you see the finish come through there. Zyaf invested a lot in those leg kicks. It was kind of a sneaky thing, but as soon as he gets that leg rock event, BlakeTylerr says, I put the team on my back, dude. He walked forward. He ran through everything Zyaf was throwing at him, landed punches, and got the finish. Just a destructive performance from BlakeTylerr, and that's what we're used to seeing from him. I mean, it is BlakeTylerr. We're watching vintage BlakeTylerr, money on the line, one of the toughest competitors in the game across from him, and he's just smashing with his boxing.
Yeah, and like the fact that he went for a switch stance and was able to connect with the simple 1-2 to get his opponent down. And that's all it took. All it took was that simple block breaking situation, able to get a clean shot. And we knew the right side of, the left side of Justin Gaethje was so hurt that a simple maneuver like that was just going to bring him instantly down. Now with fresh bodies, fresh everything, can Zyaf do another download and finally complete it to run it all the way back? Because right now, this is where he wants to be. This is his favorite position where he can take it back and just run it all the way back for another win.
Good call, actually, on the Zyaf download scenario, because both of his previous sets, right, in the first round and in the semifinals, he dropped the first fight. He went down 0-1 in both of those and rallied very strong, especially by the time he got to the third fight, right? So this one, we're going to see a third fight no matter what. Even if BlakeTylerr picks up the win here, we'll go to another one. So we'll see, can Zyaf build some momentum and kind of work his way back from what was a pretty one-sided first fight.
And those couple of sequences that we just saw, those are the differences. You see Zyaf being more aggressive, but every time he's pulling away back, he's attacking the body. He's doing something differently, and that's what you need to see from Zyaf. But for BlakeTylerr, catching those leg kicks are also going to be another pinpoint that he needs to carry, because those leg health events will do something really badly. He was able to get the victory, but if there was enough head health for Zyaf, he might have done something really nasty towards that leg, so that's something that he also needs to watch out for.
Yeah, and I'm just watching the pressure of BlakeTylerr pushing Zyaf against the cage and what he does when he gets him there, right? Once he takes away that ability that Zyaf relies on to back up and create distance, once he gets him against the cage, we saw last fight, that's where BlakeTylerr let loose. But also, it can be, if you're pressuring forward too consistently, it sets up a lot of easy reads, right? If you know your opponent's going to be walking forward into you, you can start landing some big power shots, plant your feet. Looks like Zyaf's trying to do that, but BlakeTylerr, too slick, catches him clean on the chin and gets the rock.
Yeah, and it seems like he's letting a punch or two because he knows BlakeTylerr is trying to go for it, like fully go for it, where his stamina is so low, and he's able to counter back if he's enough range. So he needs to be very careful of just being patient enough. But a body kick like that is going to do wonders for you. And a good check. Those are one of the key points. Check those leg kicks, check the body shots, aim for the body, and you see those pulls. You're doing a nice job to stay consistent. Don't go overzealous. Oh, but there it is.
Oh, big knee from Zyaf. I think he must have been blocking body there, anticipating the more conservative strikes from Zyaf. But Zyaf went for the home run, went for the three-pointer, went for the Hail Mary, and he did land it.
Look at you going cross sports everywhere. You're just like ESPN, just going multiversal. I love it. But for Zyaf, in that situation, it could have been a situation where BlakeTylerr was blocking the head, but for the last second, he went body because it took too much time. Those little minor aspects could always change it up. Like when you see both fighters going for like the same strike, but one was a little bit quicker. It's just that moment of hesitation that cuts so deeply in a razor-thin matchup.
Yeah, very interesting fight in terms of where they're sitting right now. About to go into the next round. We'll see. Maybe somebody will get a rock in the last 10 seconds. But up to this point, BlakeTylerr has destroyed Zyaf's block. Really worked on getting that to a nice low spot where he can start landing some block breaking combinations. And Zyaf has been working the body and kind of more peppering shots in and has a good stamina lead. So a very interesting scenario leading into the second round.
Yeah, and usually the second round is the money round. That's where you usually put away your opponent. So it's going to be up to Zyaf. Can he put his opponent in this round and not make it go to the third round? Because if he lets it linger on, that would be very badly. That means he got it fairly even against Zyaf. So BlakeTylerr being more the aggressor, unlike Zyaf for the first round, he was being more the aggressor, trying to attack with the jabs and the uppercuts. But now he's taking a step back. Ooh, but a nice spinning elbow.
Oh, good elbow over the top behind it. BlakeTylerr tried to jump into range there. Zyaf ready, drops the elbow on him.
Just so nasty, you know? You tried to go for an uppercut there, not fully in range, but an overhand, a head kick, that could have been all she wrote. But again, Zyaf's head health is like halfway through every single time. Oh, trying to go for some whoopsie, just trying to spin like a Beyblade there. But so far, Zyaf's saying, you're not going to let it rip. I'm going to hit it on you, but these trades, I don't like it for any of these competitors because, again, that one mistake, man.
Yeah, and the damage to BlakeTylerr, too. It'd be interesting to see if the doctor will get in here. You can see it's getting redder and redder.
Yeah, but... Oh, my! The Superman punch! Superman ain't here because there's a bunch of kryptonite in the octagon, as that will be a 2-zip here, Luber.
Yeah, 2-0. Huge lead for BlakeTylerr. We were talking about Zyaf's ability to come back all tournament long. Ability to rally from behind, but 2-0. He has to win 3 straight. 3 straight against BlakeTylerr, of all people. Definitely a mountain to climb for Zyaf. And for Blake, you gotta be feeling good right now. Obviously, he's been here before. He's been in money tournaments. He knows how to manage his emotions and all that shit. But he's gonna be in a position where he kind of dictates what happens. Right? Zyaf needs to win this fight, the next one, and the one after that. BlakeTylerr can just try to set up something big and find a read that gets him the one win.
You know, for BlakeTylerr in that second fight, we knew that Zyaf was going to, like, usually try to take more control in that second fight, but he was like, call an ambulance, but not for me. Able to take a 2-0. Can he seal the deal? Because right now, Zyaf, bless you, this is his ultimate last chance. He needs to win this or it's all said and done. So Zyaf, this is where every single trick that you have in the book, you need to use it right now because this is for the money.
Yeah, and I think for BlakeTylerr, he's going to be maybe a little bit more willing to exchange in this fight. Right, willing to eat a punch to land a punch, because in those 50-50 kind of scenarios, he might get that lucky one finish and win this whole thing, whereas Zyaf needs that to happen 3 times. If Zyaf even gets unlucky once, if he misplays one small moment in a very tight, action-packed fight, he might lose. So Zyaf, you'd think, would try to establish something that's going to help him build leads and win fights consistently, whereas Blake can really lean into the boxing and try to catch Zyaf with I don't want to shit on the tracking in this game, but you know, if the tracking is an issue, if people have a hard time defensively because of the tracking things, this is an opportunity for Blake to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's the most absolutely an opportunity to take advantage of it, and you saw those elbows really disrupt the black gauge for Zyaf. But Zyaf, in these little moments, in these little pressure points, in the phone booth. What can he possibly do? Because right now he's getting hit a bunch, but he's slipping with a pull to the side, and he's still getting hit. These are still landing, and say what you want about the tracking, but those heavy hooks will do some damage, but it's all about these moments. What can you do after? What's the plan B? What's the plan C in these few moments?
Yeah, well, what Zyaf can do now with the Dustin Poirier pick, it's a little easier to get some momentum going and get a long, extended streak of, throwing hooks and straight punches and getting your opponent rocked and following up and getting the finish from there. That's something that Dustin Poirier does better than anyone in the game and in real life. And
sure.
if he can start to get some reads, if he can get Blake slipping to the side, reacting defensively, he can maybe string something together here and get a real big moment and try to get himself back in the series.
Oh, for sure. He was able to land with those left hooks, but every time he went for that knee or went close and tried to go for something like with a longer animation, it just seems like he's getting hit every single time. Right now, when he sees his opponent pull, that's where you have to go for the straight. You just got to make sure that you let your opponent there, and he turned up to a wrestler, tried to pull guard, but not able to do it. Good job for BlakeTylerr.
Yeah, you see that so much in the UFC 5 meta because it's hard to get a turning takedown, especially against an elite player. It's really not the way you want to take it to the ground. So bailing on it, going to that double underhook, you get options. And look at that, Zyaf starting to really build on some pressure. He's still in a deficit, still behind in terms of head health, but a great moment for him there.
Don't do a Superman punch. Don't do a head kick. Be consistent. Do what got you to the dance. Use your combinations, because right now, you got him in the back. This is what you want. You can take these punches. You can take these jabs. Sure, your black H might get low, but those counters will do some damage. Sure, a front kick like that works, but don't go super crazy. As long as he stays away from the crazy stuff, he will have a chance to go to a fourth fight. Am I right?
Yeah, sorry, I was checking, making sure we're good to go on that next fight.
You good.
Yeah, man, it's I don't want to say it's a foregone conclusion. Anything can happen, but BlakeTylerr is just on fire right now. Zyaf can't get any momentum going because even if he lands a shot, even if he gets a rock, BlakeTylerr just stands his ground, goes right back to what he's doing best, outboxing Zyaf, and it doesn't seem like there's any answer for it.
Wait for it. Because sooner or later, we say that, like, yeah, BlakeTylerr or Zyaf's opponent, he usually has a read on it, but then Zyaf comes up with something like absolutely insane, and he's able to pull it all the way back up. He was able to get the rock in that last round, but you can see toe strikes landed percentage-wise fairly even. So we can say that BlakeTylerr is getting these strikes off, but so is Zyaf.
No, I understand your commentator instinct to keep this fight interesting and alive this series.
Oh,
it's
don't
a fascinating
you dare.
but I'm telling you right now,
we can't keep it casual. Come on now.
nobody is beating BlakeTylerr in this game right now. In a $500 tournament with all this money on the line, the guy is just too damn clean. It doesn't look like there's anything Zyaf can do to stop him.
See, we said that many times before. I've seen it. Oh, okay. I'll shut myself up. Okay, I see how it is. Just front kicks and we'll just get her rocked. Okay. But for Zyaf, in that pole, it's BlakeTylerr's in his bag right now. The rhythm is there. The sweet science is there, man.
Yeah, and I saw Zyaf extend his combination one extra shot beyond what you might expect. Really looking for that, that's how you got to do it. If you really need a rock to get back in the fight, you got to hit your opponent with something they're not expecting. Zyaf is starting to take risks. He sees where the fight's going, the trajectory of these exchanges, but BlakeTylerr just stepped back and let him throw it air.
Oh, I just love the simple two jabs to, like, bring it back to the center of the octagon. And now he has opportunity, but the block edge is so low and it's 7 so low. 2 minutes remaining in the second round, and I just want Zyaf to take one more step back. Put the duck into the uppercut. That might be a clean sweep. Jeez.
3-0 BlakeTylerr, the first ever Killer Cup 2023 champion. He is the king of the killers. He took everybody out. This tournament was stacked, right? There were no easy fights, but BlakeTylerr made almost every fight look easy. The guy dominated start to finish. What a performance. Man, what a show.
Honestly, to quote someone who, like, dominated for a hot minute, he was inevitable. He snapped his fingers and said, you know what? Deplete your reverse sweeps, deplete your adaptation of what you think you could do. BlakeTylerr was the be-all. He was the end-all. And there was a reason why he was the #1 seed And the fact that he took it to Zyaf, who was able to put down Suave Jamie, who was able to put down a Bathan Nash, 2 former champs in other organizations, and able to do it so nicely. BlakeTylerr absolutely deserved it. Ping or no ping, just striking. He stuck with one fighter too. Throughout the 3 fights, he just went Desert Poirier. I'm going to outbox you. I'm going to find my way. You're going to try to take me down. I'm not going to let you take me down. The pull guard, none of that. Anytime you think you're going to hit me with a Superman punch, I got you. I got every single in my bag to defeat what you're going to be doing. And I have, as long as he tried so hard to come up with a good game plan, and it just didn't pan out. So kudos for both fighters, but BlakeTylerr, it'll be really interesting to see what he does in January, because if he's putting up this kind of energy against former champs, oh boy, we might see another domination run, man.
What's in January?
We'll see. Maybe a
Oh,
season.
shit.
Or we'll figure it
Spoilers?
out.
Leaks? ESNFL
No
news?
leaks.
I don't even know this
No
news.
leaks.
Oh, shit.
No leaks.
All right, circle the calendar for January, guys. All right, so that's it. The championship fight is over, but it is not over yet. Suave Jamie versus Swiss Slybacks are going to be playing for 3rd place, $50 on the line. So we're going to get that fight ready to go. Kingsley, you down to stay for another one?
Hell yeah, I got nothing better to do except 9 o'clock when I have to play Valorant with my friends. So we got time.
All right, sweet. Everybody who's tuning in, thank you. I know the UFC fights are going. We'll switch to the Fight Companion once that's over, but let's get into this last fight here. I'm pretty sure they're set up. Let me just try to... Well, let's do the spinner first. Let's get that out of the way.
Spin to win, baby.
Heck yeah. So this is 3 fights, 3 rounds each. If they go to a 3rd fight, it'll be 5 rounds. Let's give her a spin.
All right, women's strawweight. Let's go. Middleweight. Let's go. That's cool.
Back to middleweight. Indeed. All right, let me see if these guys are ready. What do you think of, you saw the most recent middleweight title fight. What do you think of Sean Strickland as a champ?
Oh boy, I feel like for that night, he had a fantastic game plan. I think that's simple as that. I don't think he's better than Izzy, like skills wise, but for what he needed to do on that night, he was the aggressor. He was doing everything that he needed to do, and just Izzy didn't just have it that night. I would say he gained his opportunity. He did the most with his opportunity, and he got the win. Do I think he'll be able to have a long reign? That's still
He's
to be
fighting
seen.
Drickus next.
That's why I'm like, he might win that, but again, it's a toss-up. We don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. What happened with Izzy? Again, this is like a Luke Rockhold, Michael Bisping situation. This is like, you did not expect this. This was just going to be like a warm-up fight to a even bigger fight for Izzy. So for him to do what he did against Izzy, like what Leon Edwards did to Kamaru Usman, and just change up all the game plans for Dana White and the UFC in general, it'll be interesting. I'll be watching, but is he my favorite guy? Not really. Kind of a dick, but you know what? He's a champ, so I gotta respect it.
Indeed. He is the, I think a lot of people like that he's saying whatever he's saying, right? It's good to see that they don't feel restricted, but then he said something that's mean to you and people get mad, right? It is, a lot of bridges being burned by Sean Strickland, but he's also endearing a lot of people. It's interesting. We'll see what he does. So middleweight fight here between Swiss Slybacks and Suave Jamie. Suave Jamie playing on a different account because his power went out at his house. He had to run across the countryside. He unfortunately lost his set to Zyaf after that. Swiss Slybacks lost to BlakeTylerr in the semifinals. No shame in that. We just saw what Blake did in the championship. So these two are going at it. $50 on the line. They've played each other a few times for money, so should be very interesting to see what happens.
I'm very excited. The Alex Pereira Izzy matchup, tried and true. You saw it in the the intro of UFC 5 before they switch it all up. I'm excited to see how these compares are going to do, and for the money, because the loser of this doesn't get any money. So this is all or nothing for these competitors. So for Swiss to go through the rain, go through fire and flames and dog poop, he wants to walk away with something, you know what I mean?
That's a good point. Jamie had to literally walk through shit to get here to this moment. That is quite the motivation, right? He's not going to let some fallbacks in the octagon keep him from walking out of here with a check. Now, it is interesting to see him go back to that Israel Adesanya pick. Was he one of the people using it? No, that was... Do you remember who was at middleweight before? Which fight that was?
Goodness, I can't fully recall because I think it was the quarterfinals that we had it, or maybe.
Yeah, it's when Zyaf was in here. So it's Swiss Liebax
Yeah.
versus BlakeTylerr, meaning Swiss Liebax already got a little bit of warm up in middleweight. Oh, he landed
Oh
such
my
a huge
God.
beater. Whoa.
Detonation, demolition with the knees. Try to go back with a flying knee, but that ain't gonna work for you,
Dude,
honey.
don't worry. Izzy's fine. He bounced back up after that. He's good to go.
Is he? I don't know. Is he for Izzy? Because so far, he needs to change up his game plan. He can't go in that same situation. Attack the body a little bit more. I'm liking what we're seeing, a little bit of the mix-ups, but it's just how many times you're going to go on the back foot. I love the body shot, but you're going to need to do more or try to deplete that stamina as much as you can.
Yeah, good stuff from Swiss Liebax right away out the gate. Like we said, he did have that warm-up. He used Alex Pajeda against Izzy, and then he switched to Izzy after that. And he wasn't able to get the win in either of those fights. But I think watching it with Zyaf, we were kind of saying we like the pick here for Poatan, for Swiss Liebax. All that power, so important in the meta, all that length, and he's using it here.
Yeah, he's absolutely using it, and I like the fact that we're seeing the range come into play. The head kicks coming in. Oh, good time. He's like, oh, yeah, you're going to hit me with a head kick? Nah, I'm going to hit you with my own and change up the angles a little bit. I love to see it, but right now, it seems like both guys, they just want to go for a big shot, and I don't know if that's the right game plan because you lead to opportunities like that. Izzy going for a takedown in this economy with Izzy? All right.
Yeah, I mean, that's Suave Jamie, though. If he gets the fight to the ground, he's in very good position to do some damage. So not too surprising. That's one way to take advantage of that momentary opening that he earned by landing that head kick. But you can see Swiss Liebax is not messing around here. He is trying to land a knockout shot. It's fun to see. This is a good stylistic matchup.
You know, if I was Swiss Liebax, I would have been like, damn, I should have used Jan Blachowicz. This would have been such an easy matchup.
They're at middleweight.
Frick. They're at middleweight, yeah, but again, just the ground game of Izzy. We know that he doesn't have the highest ground game stats, but as you said, Suave Jamie, very skilled, very proficient with the ground situation, but for Swiss, he has a jiu-jitsu kickboxer guy. I mean, he should do a little bit better, but it's just so tough in these situations, but luckily, it's the end of the first round.
Yeah, I mean, both guys on the ground, Izzy and Poatan, are going to have pretty low stats, so it really just comes down to their own skill sets. Swiss Liebax has been playing this series forever. He knows how to do the ground game at a very high level. He's not going to make dumb mistakes. And Jamie is probably the more accredited guy on the ground, right? He is going to do very well, even though he's using Israel Adesanya. But it's going to be hard, I think, to get any significant damage against Swiss on the ground just because it's not that much of a discrepancy, right? They're close enough that even if Jamie's winning these exchanges, damage-wise, it should be even. That said, Jamie could coast to a decision win if he could keep getting this wrestling game going.
True, and also, just like one little mistake from Swiss trying to go for a head kick, the grapple advantage was all in favor of Suave Jamie and able to easily get that takedown. And now he can do whatever he wants. He's going to be in side control. He was able to deny a transition and into the side control, just elbows. Ran him down. Like, try to get that Dr. Savage icon as soon as you can. And just denial after denial is going to be super frustrating in the likes of Swiss.
Yeah, this is side control, man. It is brutal. Those denials aren't even really a bad thing because you just have to force some kind of action. Otherwise, they can just hold you down. So Swiss Liebax going through the motions here, trying to work for a stand-up, but he's definitely losing points here. He's losing head health. And there he gets to the sprawl, so he's one step away. If he could either turn the... So he could try to get up to his right, which will, even if Jamie denies it, it'll turn them so that he has the easier cage get up. But it looks like he doesn't even want to risk a denial there. He's just going to wait till Jamie kind of uses some energy, throwing those body shots, and a good sweep there.
Yeah, very good sweep. You know, I would try to do that after like the second or third body punch and try to do it and easily get denied. The fact that he waited till like the 9th or 10th punch, that's very good patience on the likes of Swiss Liebax. But for Suave Jamie, try to go for a full guard, not able to get it, and you know, turnaround's fair play. And there's only 3 rounds to play with, so this could be a round for Swiss if he's able to get some ground and pound damage right here.
Yeah, and Swiss hammering the body there too in that ground and pound. You can tell the strategy has changed. He's accepted that it may be a war of attrition, that we may be going deep into the 3rd round, and he wants to make sure that he's still outpacing Jamie in terms of stamina and overall damage, rather than taking big risks of getting possibly swept from the ground and pound to the head.
We had non-stop knockouts for all of this tournament, and you're telling me this is the time we're actually going to get a decision victory for someone? I feel like there's still time, but my goodness, the first decision got it close. I mean, oh, maybe he's trying to do the same thing. Maybe side control, if it goes down, he has 55 seconds.
Yeah, no, Jamie was just accepting the position. If Swiss Flyback's tried any transitions there, he was going to deny it. And I think Swiss... Oh, that body shot!
Body, yaddy, yaddy. That hurts so much. Oh, my goodness. Swiss, you need to be careful, man, because after all those sprawl body shots, your body looking kind of weak, dude.
Yeah, both guys had their opportunity to hammer on that body from the sprawl position. And then Jamie getting the body shot. Look at their stamina. Pretty low going into the third round. Oh!
He tried to go for a fly. You know what? I respect it because he knew there was only 1 second left. But again, that's a knockdown. He might have lost the round because of that.
Yeah, and you can see right away checking the stats.
Damn.
Very close fight. Very interesting to see what will happen because right away in that second round, Jamie got the wrestling going. Swisslebix was able to get the sweep at one point and had his own top control time, but I would imagine that Jamie wants it to go back to the ground if it's free, but it's not even going to matter. He gets the rock, and now he gets double unders. He goes right to that right hook. Jamie could have gone for a takedown attempt, decided to opt for more striking, which I think is a testament to what's going to happen for the rest of this round. He's going to use those hands. If the takedown's free, maybe he'll take it, but he knows that to get it, to make sure that he's not putting himself at risk, he needs to establish the striking, and he's doing that very quickly. Look at that, though, Swisslebix!
Oh, you know what that body is rated? It's rated F for free because it's free real estate. But a knockback down. We're going back and forth with the rock. You lean with it, you rock with it, and right now we're just going a roller coaster of emotions for both these competitors. One mistake towards the body. It seems like it's been working for both competitors, but hot diggity damn, we're seeing some good ass action.
Yeah, maybe I'm a crazy person, but whenever people land body shots in this game, I feel like I can feel it myself. Not the pain, obviously, but just the air leaving you, right? And that's going to affect the stamina. You can see Swiss Lieback's, his stamina is low, and he's only really able to throw a couple shots, and right there, the spear takedown for Jamie because of how low that stamina went.
Yeah, and just like all the work for the first round and the second round, that led to the detriment because right now, the denials, the ground and pound, this is where he wants, but good blocking twice on the left side, but can he fully get out? Oh, that's going to be really bad. He could go for a submission here if he wanted to.
Back to the feet.
Oh, but a get
Real
up.
cheeky get up from Swiss Lieback. Jamie not ready for that risk. We'll see what Swiss can do with it, though. You can see, I mean, the power from Bajeda is still relevant.
Yeah, and I'm very worried that he's going to go for a flying knee. He might just say, screw it. Oh, he went for the overhead. It wasn't a flying knee. It was a freaking overhead, and it led to his doom.
Yeah, doom indeed. No head health, low on stamina, and fully mounted. This is not a good place to be for Swiss Liebacks. Suave Jamie taking his time, though. I think he feels like he maybe has the decision in the bag. He's just going to try to ride out this next minute and 20.
I mean, hey, right out, or maybe possibly go for the knockout. That'd be cool. You got a minute 10. You could do it. You could put a stamp on it and get the first victory. You know what? I thought that was gonna be a sweep, but he got very lucky. But the denials are just so clean for Suave Jamie, man. Walking through the fire and flames and just taking control of this matchup. I know Swiss is gonna be looking at that second fight and say, I got to change something up because I can't be in this situation and get knocked out. No decisions, baby. Let's go.
No decisions indeed. Late in the third round, the the battle of attrition, the accumulation of damage building up for Suave Jamie. Not just damage, but kind of winning every position, right? Winning the striking, winning the grappling exchanges, and then when it came to top control, he did what he had to at the end there. So. Yeah, dead even going to the third round, so probably would have been a decision for Jamie. We'll go to the second fight in a best of 3. If we go to a third fight, it'll be a 5-round match. To Kingsley's point, might not be a relevant change. We've seen a lot of finishes in the first and second round, and even the third round.
Yeah, and here's what we have. Vittori! Oh, is he looking at... Oh, he went back. You know, I thought Vittori would have been a very interesting pick because maybe he has a little bit of ground stats, but he feels confident with Alex Pereira. But Suave with a Silva pick? Yo, he said, yo, I'm just going to keep it straight kickboxing with you. I don't give a damn about your ground situation. Dude. That's crazy there, Luber.
I love the pick coming out. Legendary Anderson Silva is cracked in this game. Crazy high stats. Head movement, I think 100. Strike speed 99. Footwork 98. Something like that. The guy's good at everything. Good chin. And he can grapple. He's got much better ground stacks than Alex Pereira. So, very fun pick from Jamie coming out. Not a lot of offensive wrestling in Anderson Silva's kit. But that's not really how you wrestle in the current meta of UFC 5 anyway. So, he'll be looking to get a rock and then maybe impose some grappling from there. But we should have a barn burner of a fight, at least this first round, when Swiss Liebax is looking for some damage.
Swiss, if there was any time or any opportunity to do a flying knee consecutively, this would be the moment. Because, this is danger zone if you're Kenny Loggins or if you're Swiss Liebax, because Suave Jamie wants to put the nail in the coffin in the second fight. He says, we're not going to a tiebreaker. No 5 rounds. I'm putting this guy down right now, especially with the Anderson Silva pick. And so far, you can see him keep his distance and going for those. Oh my God!
Big combo from
Do the
Swiss.
flying knee. I want you to do. Oh no! He went back at it. Back to the future. What is this pool party?
Both guys landing big elbows, some of the most devastating elbows in MMA history from Anderson Silva, but Poatan showing he can do it too. Man, Swiss Liebax, that aggression early on is a factor, but what he's showing is crisp boxing there, knowing when to turn it on, extend his combo. Suave Jamie coming back with a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure because he's under pressure. It's just a pressure situation. It's all or nothing. You either get the money or you leave here with nothing but hopes and dreams and maybe a little bit of despair. But so far, you see it. The no stam game for Swiss. He wants to go fully in, but just, the fake to the kick to the body. He's in his bag, but an overhand is a damn quick shot with a sniper of a hand.
Man, I love that overhand. It's been landing all tournament long for everybody. Those sniper shots. You can see once again, though, what a spear takedown from Suave Jamie. Seeing that Swiss Liebax had overexerted himself just a little too much, and he gets that free takedown.
So, are we saying like a better spear than Goldberg or Roman Reigns or Edge? What are we saying?
Yeah, do you remember there was a video of Kimbo Slice tackling some random dude in a park from years ago?
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for here. Those kinds of takedowns are what Suave Jamie's trying to break out of the kit. But that armbar, no cap, but you can see the submission bar for Swiss Liebax basically defeated. Suave Jamie gets that knee on belly. Now he switches straight into the mount. In control, has the stamina advantage, so he's going to be looking right away for that submission. Good denial from Swiss. Swiss was in a lot of trouble. He denied that submission attempt, stayed out of that armbar position, which would have been fatal for him.
I think Suave Jamie got the wrong opponent, because I think he thinks that opponent is Chael Sonnen, because he wants to submit the hell out of that guy in this round. But so far, Swiss, kudos for him for getting back to the stand-up, and now with 15 seconds. I love the flying knee attempt.
Yeah, he's heard you, man. He tried.
He did try, but I wanted into oh God, with the head kick and the boy. This second round, if he's able to get back, because he was able to get 2 suns. He was able to get 2 suns and work against Suave Jamie, but he just needs to be a little bit more consistent. Once he has that route, go for the flying knee. I'd be all for it, but just keep it in the realms of possibilities, you know?
Yeah, I think the flying knee maybe at the high levels more utilitarian, or it has more utility as a surprise attack rather than kind of like a way to finish your block breaking. But maybe that is the trick, Maybe, who knows? I think that you're right in the sense that the switch or the flying knee for Alex Pereira is so devastating. If he lands it, that's his way to kind of win the fight, solidify it. And with the wrestling of Jamie, you do start to get a little nervous about the direction this fight's heading. You can see the stamina difference already out there. Even though Swiss Liebax landed some good power shots, is destroying the head health of Suave Jamie. How long can he keep this up before he just gets too tired to do it?
Yeah. Oh my God, he baited the heck out of Suave Jamie with that whiff. But again, with the Dr. Stoppage icon, one of the sides is hurt. So he's able to connect on the side that's badly damaged with a good combination. He's back in this fight. But so far, you keep your distance. You need to change up your time. Oh, he tried to go over it, but luckily, it wasn't a takedown attempt. It seems like Suave Jamie wants to go for the full clean knockout. And he's getting closer and closer to his opponent for it.
Yeah, funny you brought up the doctor. No doctor stoppages tonight. These guys are too clean with their finishes. Keeping him out of this.
I want to see my favorite doctor. I want to say, hey, what's up, doc? Come on. Tell us the good news, man. But so far, center of the ring, blood on the canvas, everything on the line. Swiss Lightback's his last chance in this situation. He needs to go for it. I thought he had it there, Luber. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're pulling, man. This is on the razor's edge, as close as you can get. Both guys throwing huge strikes and just barely missing. Swiss Lightback's fighting with everything he's got. He knows he's down 1-0. He knows his head health is bleeding out. He knows his stamina is dripping away from him, so he's throwing big shots, looking for that knockout.
Help, I need an adult. I need someone to pick me up because I'm just scared of the violence that's happening in that octagon right now because it's just been insane. We've seen so many pulls. We've seen so many hooks. All we need to see is like maybe the famous Anderson Silva front kick to just like seal the deal. We'll have to see, but that's Sarah. It's getting lower and lower with the overhead. Oh, the overhead! That was it. Oh, but the uppercut, he went for it. He just needs a left hook and he would have had it, Luber.
I saw that too, the very last punch of that little rally, and he couldn't quite get it.
No!
Suave Jamie finds Chin, gets that spear takedown instantly, knows exactly where he wants to go. No more standing up with Swiss Lightback. He's down on the ground, and let's see how long he can hold this side control. And what's Swiss Lightback's? Oh, he got back to the sprawl there. Managed
Two denials.
Yeah, he got the get up. Back to their feet they go. 38 seconds left in the second round.
Oh, this might. Oh, he goes for a takedown himself. That's kind of big, but how long would he stay in this situation? 25 seconds. He could just like keep it here, try to put as much damage and try to keep it to the third round. And I think that's this game plan. Just survive it to the third round, but the denial and maybe a submission attempt. I knew it. But no, there's not going to be enough time, right? There's no way he gets this.
He
oh my
it.
God.
Yeah. So a lot of times people will go for that submission attempt with 1 second left because you can tap people after the bell. Apparently in UFC 5, the rounds go a little longer when a submission's locked in. But also, even if you didn't get it right, you're attacking that submission bar. You're making it so they're not going to have that defense in their pocket next round. Very interesting sequence to end that round. But of course, Swiss Lightback's privy to all that. He denied it. He's good to go. He gets a little stamina back to start this round. So maybe just one big burst from Swiss Lightback, and that's the only chance maybe he'll get to get the win here. Because if he keeps going into the later part of the round, Suave Jamie is probably going to get the takedown.
For sure, and they almost went for a glove touch, but I feel like the pressure got to the both of them. Now, we saw in between rounds that Anderson Silva, his right side is all busted up. If he's able to get hit with a left head kick or a left hook, that might be all she wrote. With an overhead like that. Go for the hooks. Stop with the uppercuts. You had it, sir. Oh my God. Oh, but the takedown denied. Oh, he got it back. We're just scrambling.
Great stuff from Swiss. He's manning up. It's clutch times, and
it's the left kick, the roundhouse, the razzle dazzle, baby. We're going to a tiebreaker.
What a shot from Swiss Lightback. Hadn't thrown that all tournament. Saved it for the right moment. Landed too clean. Suave Jamie goes down in a hump. Just a crazy comeback win for Swiss Lightback, and we're going to a rubber match. Let me make sure they know it's 5 rounds. I'll message them real quick.
Did you? If you're looking at the replay right here, you can see the little movement for Anderson Silva. He was blocking, and then he thought it was too much time, so he slipped to the right side, which led to the knockout. A fatal error for Suave Jamie. And Swiss Lightback's able to make it 1-1 in the most dire of situations after getting taken out by spear after spear after spear. He's able to go around the world with the head kick of doom, and it fully got him. I am super excited. If you guys are not enjoying this, I don't know what the hell you're doing. You're seeing some good-ass fights right here, man. This is kind of sick.
No, everyone's enjoying this, man. We're going to give Swiss Lightback 5 minutes. I think he's got a meal at his door or whatever, so chance for both guys to kind of mentally reset, get ready for this third rubber match. Let's take a look at the bracket here. So... For people just tuning in, we've had a full tournament. We've had a crazy day. We started about 3 hours ago. Kingsley, thank you so much for joining me for so many of these fights. We had Zyaf in the commentary as well. It's been crazy. BlakeTylerr won it all already. He's the champion. He beat Zyaf in a best of 5, swept him 3 straight fights. Suave Jamie and Zyaf had fought before that. Suave Jamie had won the first fight, then his power went out. He goes running across the country, finds a friend to play some PlayStation at, So they finished their set. Zyaf came from behind and got the win there. So Jamie ended up in this third place match against Swiss Lieback. Swiss fought BlakeTylerr, the champion, lost that fight, that set. It was at middleweight, just like this. Blake has been looking so clean, but this set, Kingsley, this set between Swiss Lieback and Suave Jamie, it's the best one we've had yet, right?
Oh, from pure hype, from pure excitement. Oh, absolutely. I thought the finals were going to be like super hype, but like out of all of it, who would have thought the third place matchup with like either you leave home with money or you get nothing at all. Our biggest under pressure matchup has been absolutely insane. And to say, like, through the trials and tribulations that Suave Jamie has to go through, Swiss also had to go through it. He was so close to the finals, but he wasn't able to get it. So the fact that he was able to pull it back after the trials and tribulations of that second fight, to get the victory, man, I'm excited to see what the tie-breaking 5-round fighter. It's not going to go 5 rounds, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about that last fight is the way Swiss Lieback's like brute forced his way through the fight, throwing into the block of Suave Jamie. That overhand, most of the time it landed. Jamie had the block up, but so much power from Poatan, and the way he, from a long range, timed up those shots in 150 ping. I mean, he was in Suave Jamie's head in those moments, and it was just enough to get the job done and stay alive and keep himself in the fight until that knockout shot landed. So, man, crazy matchup. I'm going to pull up the rules just to go over everything that went on today. I'm going to be running this probably in a year or so. But 8 fighters, best in the world. You see everybody who showed up got $25 today. The third place fight, what we're watching right now, is for 50. Zyaf already secured $100 in his pocket. BlakeTylerr 150. So it's just been a good day of fights, and I'm really like I really appreciate everybody who's tuning in and making this hype event, because I've been feeling it all day.
Yeah, and like the fact that I could be here for you after like honestly I thought I was gonna be super tired as hell after coming out from work and just like eating my sub, but these fights have just gave me all the serotonin, all the energy boost I have for like UFC tonight, and just like all these exciting fights. Like they really put on the show for you guys, and I'm super excited to be here for you, Luber. You're one of my bros, and you got me in this. We've been doing this since like UFC 3 ESFL Fight Island, so you know we've been through the trenches, and I'm excited to see that it's all coming into so many great fights in the present day. And is he going for Sean Strickland? Because that would be a wild pick.
Yeah, so
right?
You guys are good to go if you're listening, Swiss. Anytime you're ready. So this is the third fight in the third place match. There won't be a true second fight, so this is the last fight of the tournament. We were gonna do it before the championships, but we had to give we wanted to give Suave Jamie a little break because he had been marathon running previous to his previous fight. So the timing kind of mixed around. That's the nice thing about a casual creator tournament. I can run this thing however I want. I can make sure the players get the time they need. We're not going to run any issues. I appreciate everyone who stood through all those delays we had earlier. Well, the one delay, but here we are, last fight of the night. No matter what happens, we're done after this. Third place, Swiss Lieback versus Suave Jamie, $50 on the line, in addition to the $25 they got for showing up.
And you know what? It's all for the love of the game. It's for the heart of the cards and the love of the game. And the fact that Swiss going away from Alex Pereira, going to possibly Izzy against Anderson Silva. Now, I don't know, like, honestly, it's a good matchup with Legacy Anderson Silva, but would you want to go for Izzy, especially against Anderson Silva after the spear takedowns? Like, you had the spinning roundhouse. It worked so well, so we're going to have to find out. It's locked in. This is it.
Yeah, a little bit faster strikes, maybe a little bit higher technique level, so you're not expending as much stamina when you throw them. Factors that might have come into Swiss Lieback's switching the pick here after getting the win on Poatan. You understand, though, even though he won that last fight, he wasn't winning it too cleanly. So maybe looking to get a little bit more of a high-paced boxing style going in this fight.
Yeah, and you can already see that he's using that stamina to as much as he's worth. He's faking the body shots, but he's going fully aggressive against his opponent and gauging the distance fairly well. Almost getting... Oh... But those overhands, you know, he was very successful in the second fight with those, but look at the stamina. You can't be too careless because those headshots will do wonders, but able to get the hooks in. Hooks have been working very nicely, but it's up to Suave Jamie. What does he have in his bag of tricks since plan A didn't work?
Yeah, it's interesting. You can see right away Swiss is trying to establish that jab and get going at that range. Maybe that's what we're looking for. Yeah, he went right back to it a little quicker than Poton's too.
Yeah, a little bit quicker, but again, now it's on the radar, right? He used the one trick, and now you can't use it anymore because now he's looking for it. Now, what is your third move? Maybe Izzy has a flying knee. Maybe he could go for an overhand once again, but the range, the distance that both guys are playing with, it's going to be very hard to execute those maneuvers. So, Suave Jamie, he's playing it right. He's preemptively slipping, not to my liking, but he's getting those combinations in, and it's working very well.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing on 150 ping. Those slips are the range that they're throwing them at. They're trying to, you're at jab or straight range, but you're not at hook range, right? So the counter might be a head kick or something from Swiss Liebex, but at that range, you're also taking a huge risk to throw a big strike like that. So basically, it's a mitigated prediction. He's guessing that a slip there will be useful, but even if he guesses wrong, there's not a high chance he gets caught and punished for it. But we are seeing right away Suave Jamie is, I don't know, he's maybe more reactive, or what are you getting to read of the way he's playing the striking side of things?
I wouldn't say reactive. It's more like strategic distancing, right? Like he is going to the situation where he sees the overhand. He knows that he could get caught at any moment if he stands at a dangerous rate. So you can see him backing up a little bit, but every time he's moving in, he's trying to see if he can get his opponent to fully react and then go for something. It's not fully of him reacting. It's making his opponent react to his reaction. It's more like a snake eating its own tail in a way, right?
Yeah, there's a word for that. I forget the name of it, like a god or something. But anyway, I agree. I agree that it is. It seems to be like it's not necessarily reactive so much as a strategy. It is seem to be working very well though, because now he's pouring on the pressure. Swiss Liebex able to get a slip there, throws an elbow and misses. But yeah, Swiss Liebex engaging first, Suave Jamie reacting, and then finds the big reaction there. Huge counter, and the elbow lands there as well. Uppercut. Wow.
Use all your limbs. Use your elbows, your knees, your toes, your head, your shoulders, anything that you possibly can to rock your opponent, and that's what Suave Jamie just did. And fair enough that Swiss, he was able to get more significant strikes and more striking, but just the momentum for Suave Jamie going to the second round, that's going to be big, especially with the 7-round advantage that he has right now.
Yeah, and just the people asking in the chat about the earlier fights, I will be uploading the VOD onto YouTube sometime tomorrow. I don't know how long it takes, but yeah, tomorrow afternoon. If you missed any fights from earlier, highly recommend you go back and check them out. It was one after the other, super fast-paced tournament, and some crazy fucking fights. So, good stuff out there. We'll definitely get that VOD out.
If you missed the last fight, I need you to go in the VOD, and I need you to watch it in your full glory, because that's what set the precedent for this tiebreaker, because it's absolutely insane. It's Suave Jamie. It's trying to go for a kill. Suave Jamie. Suave shark, do. He's smelling blood in the water. It's crazy out here, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, okay. I was just reading something in the back. No big deal, though. Yeah, this fight is for $50, right? Just in your pocket. It seems like Suave Jamie has a pretty good lead right now. It seems like he's feeling it, because every time he steps into boxing range, he's landing big combinations. He's throwing big combinations. And Swiss Liebex, it's hurt, man. He's having a hard time dealing with it. But he has worked down the head health of Suave Jamie pretty well, where he could find a big knockout here. He's just got to find it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Suave
Jamie...
Oh, the doctor, tell me the good news. Come on, baby.
There's no way they can say, you can't do this to the kid.
No,
he's worked hard to be here.
When there's a will, there's a way. Come on. Oh, he's going to let him cook.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Let him cook. Oh, but that eye is, if he gets hit on the left side again, that might be dangerous. So any head kicks, it might be all she wrote, man.
It's looking, regardless of that swelling there, it is looking like it's only a matter of time before Suave Jamie gets a good combination in boxing range that puts this fight away. But that's what we were saying last fight, right? And Swiss Liebex rallied in the second round, landed those big overhands, did enough damage to the block and head health of Jamie that it set up that wheel kick for the knockouts.
Oh, there it is, the left hook going to the cut where the doctor's looking at it, and now At this moment, you can't run. Even when you get up, you have to move forward. It's just like in soccer. If you go anywhere back, they're gonna call it. They're gonna stop the time.
All right, well, I'm gonna
be
stop
the
you right
final.
now. No soccer references. You can use basketball. You
Let
can even
me
use
cook,
baseball.
damn
We're
it.
not using soccer references in my goddamn tournament, Kingsley.
Watch your profanity first of all, and let these guys cook like I'm cooking on this commentary. The action's so hot and heavy, you have to use multiversal sports. But
Yeah,
look
this is a
at the
bad spot right now for Swiss Live X. You can see the first denial came out for Suave Jamie. Swiss was able to get back to half guard. That's very tricky to do, but Suave Jamie right back to mount. Now he's postured up. This is such a bad spot for Swiss.
It is such a bad spot, but we've seen him get out of it before, and there's 50 seconds left, so if he's able to get out of it or at least delay some of the damage, maybe he'll have an opportunity. But that full mount, it's dangerous. He might go for a submission attempt. He has his, oh, good denial. That's big. Oh, but it's not denial back, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. Like you said, that first denial from Swiss Live X, stopping the posture up was huge, critical. Probably saved his chances.
He didn't know he got out of it.
Saved his chances to win this fight, and now they're going back to the feet.
They're going back to the feet, but
corners.
yeah, but they're still going back to the feet in the third round. This is it. He needs to move forward, charge forward, maybe glove touch, maybe let's see what they do here. Because right now he needs to move forward. He needs to be the aggressor. Try to trade, but avoid that right side of getting hit with a hook, because that's gonna be like another knockdown instantly.
Yeah, I mean, Swiss has a ton of block, which is very valuable in these scenarios, but Jamie hits him right in the face. Didn't block that one.
Oh, stack guard. Another one? Possibly? Oh, good get up. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared for both of these competitors because right now, tried to go for a head kick, but the spear into side control. Oh man, you had to feel for Swiss Live X because he really wanted it, and you don't know how the ping is affecting it.
Oh no, those big shots from the full mount. He
he's
can't take it anymore.
leading.
That's it. That's the fight. That's the tournament. Suave Jamie, soaked in rain, covered in dog poo, gets the job done. He's the third place winner. Congratulations, Jamie.
He can finally get some cleaner for his shoes, man. It only charges like, what, 12 a pound or something? Like, he's good. He got that money back. It was all worth it, man.
Yes, indeed. It was worth it. He had to get a little extra cardio in today, but he's getting paid. Everyone's getting $25 a show. We'll show this again real quick. This was a great tournament, guys. Everyone gets a little bit of a payout. I like that. I'm very happy. Some people who showed up tonight had to cancel plans. They had to, some of them didn't even really feel like competing, but they did it for me. So I really appreciate, first of all the competitors who showed up. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what you guys do. It is so fun to watch competitive UFC. And then to be part of it with this tournament was special. So thank you guys so much. Number 2, Kingsley, dude. This was not supposed to play out this way. I said, hey, could you stop by for a fight? I expected to cast most of this stuff myself, but I was just having so much fun with you, dude. Thank you so much for hopping in the commentary booth with me.
Yeah, no, man. It was like, thank you for inviting me and considering me. And like, I really wanted to practice before I had to like be all professional. And I was like, oh, I could be casual with it. I could just be my goofy ass self and just do it and be with my bud. Like, what can you say more? It was a hell of a time. It was a hell of a time commentating with you guys, commentating with Luber. Shout out to Zyaf for jumping in, letting me finish my dinner and just like killing it as well. So thank you guys. If you want to follow me, I'll be at ESFL doing commentary next Saturday on the 18th. And also I'm on Twitter at KingHCK. I'll put my link down below and that's where you can find me. I also stream, but that's for another time. You can find it on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck. But
watch
Killer
him stream.
Cup,
Follow his stream. When he leaves this message, climb his name, give him a follow. Kingsley's a very entertaining dude. Variety gamer too. So hard to break through as the variety gamer on Twitch. So props to you for keeping on that, man, and sticking to a schedule and communicating with your community and stuff. It's awesome. It's good shit. So appreciate it.
But you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, man. You're awesome. You're totally amazing, dude. I love you.
I love you too. And finally, guys, huge shout out, biggest shout out. It's not even a shout out. It's something better than a shout out to you guys watching, the community on Twitch, the community in EA UFC, and the community in my channel itself. Like I said, I've been back to streaming for like 2 months. And every day I get done with work, if I have a stream, I spend my entire workday looking forward to it. I get off of work, I get excited, I think about what we're gonna do, how we're gonna hang out, and then culminating in this tournament, all you guys hanging out for it. Really, really a special experience. Something that I feel fortunate that I can do this, that I can make poop jokes and watch MMA and we have a good time. And so this was awesome, guys. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to get the guys paid out. And then in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'm going to hop back on. We're going to watch the rest of the UFC fights. So for people who are just here for the tournament, maybe you never watch me again. Thank you so much for hanging out. For the dozens of people that followed me throughout this, thank you so much. I hope you come back. We'll hang out, and I'll see you in a little bit. So, see you.